a minute. A bunch of news just broke. I had a show put together, and more shit started coming in. So a couple of topics got added in within moments of me going live. So a couple additional things just broke, but give me a moment to get this going. Um, just it's crazy how quick stuff breaks in the era of Trump. But more news broke while I was about to go live. So give me a minute here. Uh, I'm just gonna just I mean just for the sake of the live stream because I don't even know what to title it. I got so many fucking topics don't came in. Just simply put, are we great again now? I don't know what to say, but I'll get out my notes for a minute and we'll get the show going the moment I get this other stream up because I want to rap to you folks about a few things. But one being they just charged former FBI Director Comey. Former FBI Director Comey has just been charged with basically with threatening to kill the president. The handsome conservative, appreciate that. Support your local liberal. I can't even get it out. Wow, thank you very much. Starting to show off right. Yeah, they just charged Jim Comey with a crime that I believe could have far-reaching implications. Far-reaching implications. I'll discuss it with you momentarily because some of the stuff that come out of the Trump administration makes me ask, do you guys realize that this also looks like this or looks like that? I'll show you. I think we're good to go. Let me go ahead and start up this last platform. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim, the handsome liberal, depending on who you ask. Good evening or good after. Yeah, good evening. It's about 4 o'clock here locally where I'm at. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Um, Bunch of topics. There's the only way I can say it. Sometimes there's these days when there's a slow news day, which are kind of rare in the age of Trump. Slow news days are not common in the age of Trump. Today is not a slow news day. In fact, I was about to go live and topics began breaking as I was trying to go live. I'll start out right off the bat. The name of the program is simply going to be Are We Great Again? Are we great again yet? Are we great yet? And we'll talk to the viewers because I do want to hear, how you feel about the way things are going, things you expected from the president, things you celebrate that the president has accomplished, and maybe some things you think that have went wrong. But before we get into that, as I was mentioning, former FBI Director Comey has been charged with two fairly big felonies. Former FBI Director Comey. You guys probably have seen this on the monitor before. The 8647. Comey tweeted that out about a year or so ago. Former FBI Director James Comey tweeted that out. 8647. And many took it as it means he wants to 86 the 47th president. And based on this tweet, they have now just officially indicted and charged him with threatening to off President Trump. They also charged him with a second major felony, which is he transmitted over a communication device this very threat. So not only did he threaten to kill the president, but by putting it on the internet, you get the charge of using a communication device to make a threat. By way of just simply yes or no in the comments, how many of you folks think this is a legitimate charge? How many of you folks think that he should be charged by posting this? 8647. He posted this online and they're charging him with threatening to take the president of the United States. How many of you folks believe this is a legitimate charge? Yes or no in the comments. I'm just curious because they just charged this guy with threatening to kill the president. Now, in addition to this, like I said, today is a host of topics. I don't see anybody so far saying, yeah, he should be charged. I assume we got some MAGA watching. There's got to be some MAGA that are okay with charging him with this. I don't know. But Fact is, I stopped paying attention to Jesus. Now I pay attention to Donald Trump daily. Trump is the Jesus of modern time, saving America from illegal aliens and lunatic left. Okay, we got your message. I don't know. So, in other words, you are in a cult if you stop paying attention to Jesus and watching Trump. But what I want to say in regards to this, because this wasn't going to be part of the show, but they just charged this guy a few moments ago. And there's an arrest warrant out for him. So they could essentially go and pick up James Comey. They could go arrest him for this. And they may do that. You know, Trump likes to have that kind of shit done. So they, as opposed to him turning himself in, they may go find him. Kind of like they did with Don Lemon, where Don, I mean, these are big time celebrities, respectable members of society. They're not going to go on a run. You don't need to go out and find Jim Comey and arrest the guy. If there's an arrest warrant for him, he's going to turn himself in. Don Lemon would have did the same thing. So would President Trump have done, by the way. They gave Trump, when they indicted Trump, they allowed him to come turn himself in. They didn't go to Mar-a-Lago and put him in handcuffs. So I don't know why he's doing this to these people. But I want you to look at this 8647 coming from Comey about a year ago, and them charging him with threatening to kill the commander in chief and posting it on the internet. I want to ask you a simple question. What is the difference between posting something like that on the internet and posting this on the internet? President Trump posted President Biden hogtied in the trunk of a car. If 8647 means you want to off the president, by posting it online, you get a second charge. How is this not threatening you want to kidnap the president? How does he get a different window than Comey at this point? If you're going to charge the man and suggest that something as simple as this means you want to take the president's life, how the hell could this not mean you want to kidnap one? Somebody got to explain that to me, because to me, he left himself wide open for this. He left himself wide open for this. If that charge against Comey goes through, the moment he's out of office, this should come after him. This should be aimed at him. How could this be a threat and this not be one? So somebody got to explain that. He did post this online. President Trump posted Biden hogtied in the back of a trunk of a car when Biden was president. So, and by the way, because Biden was president at the time, I don't even know if he could pardon himself for this. I assume posting a photo like this, if Trump's charges get by, they could probably charge him with a state crime for doing this. I don't know, but I don't think this is well thought out, charging Comey with this. But anyway, we'll talk about that. I don't see how one gets away and the other does not. I just don't see that. But continuing on with the show, and this is a topic that I wasn't even going to discuss, but it broke, so we're going to discuss it. Also, did you know President Trump, very busy man, loves the accolades, loves to be recognized. I want to give you something that you may have not even heard, but I think is worthy of discussing.
State Department is adding a picture of Trump to newly issued American passports. The inside cover of new limited edition passports during the America 250 celebration period will feature Trump's second inaugural portrait superimposed over the Declaration of Independence, as well as the president's signature in gold. This is a breaking story, so follow for updates.
So now President Trump's face is going to be all new passports are going to feature President Trump's face. How does that happen? So, look, maybe you feel President Trump has earned this honor, but from now on, his face is going to be on the inside of your passport. Now, I do want to bring up a few other accolades that President Trump has received, earned. For some of my beloved MAGA might suggest he earned these accolades. You know, his name is now on the Trump Memorial. There is a Trump coin being minted. I think it's a $1 coin. It will feature his face on the front and an eagle on the back. He will now don his signature on future currency. So your paper money could have his signature on it. There are now a line of Trump class battleships in the works. So he will now have naval vessels donning his name. There is a combat F-47 jet in the makings. So his designation as the 47th president will be donning some military jets. Of course, you probably heard of Trump RX, the drug account, Trump savings accounts for children. Trump National Park Pass features him saluting on the front of the passes. So if you purchase a National Park Pass, you'll get a picture of Trump's face on it saluting. And then, of course, there is Palm Beach International, now soon to be named after President Trump, thanks to the likes of Ron DeSantis. Do you think? How good are we great again yet? Because you would normally assume you have to be a phenomenal president to get so many things named after you while you're still living, I might add. These are not even memorials. Despite the Kennedy Center being a memorial, his name's on it while he's alive. But all these other, you don't normally hear of living people getting battleships and money and all that. Do you think that he actually has earned it? You think he's actually earned it? Because his name is going to be everywhere. And of course, you can only expect this to continue. There likely will be highways and schools and things like that coming out in the near future. Evil B by Boo says, Tim, good afternoon. You need to start selling hats that say we left MAGA. Trump needs to start making underwear because he's a pig. What the hell? Why are you indicating that Trump is a pig? He's our president. Now, we left MAGA hats. There could be some monetary value for that because there are MAGA, just like there was folks, the walk away movement, folks were leaving the Democrat Party. Hashtag walk away. Remember, there was supposed to be this red wave in 2022. So there are folks that are leaving the MAGA movement. So it does work in reverse. But last but not least, I don't know where to go with this one, but I want to ask you folks. You guys all are aware of Jimmy Kimmel. We talked about this a little bit on yesterday's show, but President Trump wants Jimmy Kimmel fired. While Jimmy Kimmel, who is in no way funny, as attested to by his terrible television ratings, made a statement on his show that is really shocking. He showed a fake video of the First Lady Melania and our son Barron like they were actually sitting in his studio listening to him speak, which they weren't and never would be. He then stated, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Miss Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow. A day later, a lunatic tried entering the ballroom of the White House Correspondents' Dinner loaded up with a shotgun, handgun, and many knives. He was there for a very obvious and sinister reason. I appreciate that so many people are incensed by Kimmel's despicable call to violence and normally would not be responsive to anything he said, but this is something far beyond the pale. Jimmy Kimmel should be immediately fired by Disney and ABC. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. First of all, he indicates that Jimmy Kimmel showed a fake video of the First Lady Melania and his son. I mean, this stuff would be a little bit more easier to digest if Trump wasn't posting fake videos of people as monkeys, dumping shit on protesters, him as the Pope, him as a doctor or Jesus. How does he get to criticize Jimmy Kimmel for posting a fake video when he does it all the time? I don't know if folks realize the hypocrisy in some of this stuff, but there is a bit of humor to it that he would criticize Jimmy Kimmel for posting fake videos when Trump does this all the time. As I just mentioned, him with the video or the better yet, the post of Biden hogtied in the trunk of a car. Because he says, I appreciate that so many people are incensed by Kimmel's despicable call to violence and normally would not be responsive to anything that he said, but this is something beyond the pale. But putting the president hogtied in the back of a trunk of a car is not. What Kimmel did is beyond the pale, but what he did is comedy? I don't get it. So I'm going to need some of you folks to come on the show and certainly explain some of this shit to me because I am clueless how all of this stuff seems to be bad when done to him, but okay when done to others. As we talked about yesterday on the show, what are the rules? We'll start it out with the one and only MAGA reacts. Good evening, MAGA.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much at all. Not much at all. Good to hear from you. So, do you agree with charging Comey with trying to kill the president?
Not really. I don't know. I came up here for the Kimmel thing. I'm not sure what's going on with Comey.
Well, we'll talk about. I'll give you time to talk about the Kimmel thing, but real quick, they just indicted former what do you call it? FBI director.
FBI leader.
Because about a year ago, he posted this picture online, 8647, and they're saying that this meant he went to 86th to 47th president. So they charged him with 2 crimes, threatening to kill, and it's on News Nation right now, threatening to take the life of the president. And the other one is because he transmitted this over the internet. So there's using communication device to transmit a threat. So they're charging him with 2 felonies. You think it's a legitimate charge?
No, it's bullshit, but, it's only fair because they did the same shit to the other side.
What do you mean?
I remember there was some guy that posted something online for the election back in 2016, and they sent him to jail over it.
What did he
made some joke
What did he post?
About texting to vote. He made some joke about texting to vote, or that voting is the day after. And they said, he was trying to fucking stop people from voting or trick people into not voting, and they put him in jail for I think it was 7 years. I forgot the exact.
I would love to know the details of that because I would like to know what he actually posted.
He put a post that only 50 people saw that says text this number to vote, to kind of try joking around that you could vote by text. And they're saying because of that, they use some law, like some KKK law, where they have laws to prevent the KKK from blocking people from voting by blocking the voting site.
Okay.
They used that law to go after him, and they put him in jail for either 7 months or 7 years. I remember it was.
I'd have to research it. It didn't make big news. I haven't heard it much. But
it did, but it was back in Biden's fucking 4 years. It happened in 2016, and he didn't get charged until Trump left. So he got charged in 2020.
Did anybody follow what he recommended?
No, I don't think anybody did. As far as we know, nobody voted by text like he said.
Okay.
And nobody was stupid enough to be tricked to thinking they could vote by text.
Yeah, I don't know. So I did
charged and sent to jail. So if they could do that, this isn't that far off.
The whole comment section has not heard what you're talking about. If you could send that to me, I'd like to see it
right now. Give me 1 second.
I have not heard. Nobody's heard about that. So
right now.
Yeah.
It was fresh on my mind 5 years ago, or even a year ago. Man arrested for tweet.
Yeah, I'd have to see exactly what he did and did. I mean, did he have a real phone number set up and everything? I mean, if he had a real phone number set up with an actual voicemail and stuff on there giving instructions, that's a hell of a lot different. I mean, he's telling people to call to text to a certain number. That number would have to work or something. I'd have to see what they did. What more is in there?
His name is Douglas McKay, a.k.a. Ricky Vaughn, 31 of West Palm Beach. Was charged by criminal complaint in the Eastern District of New York. He was arrested in Palm Beach and so New York charged him? That's funny. Let me see if this has a sentencing. Let me put his name again. Douglas McKay, if you want to Google it.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, I want you to look at the monitor here behind me. Do you think Trump should face charges for posting this?
No, because that's the fucking joke. That doesn't tell
so
you.
So why isn't this a joke then?
Because that says kill the president.
And this doesn't say kidnap him.
No, it doesn't say to kidnap him.
What does this say? What does this say to you?
It says some fucking redneck put a fucking thing of Biden and. It's stupid. It doesn't say anything. It's just a funny truck.
I don't understand how you cannot interpret any crime out of that, But these numbers, which could be a combination to a safe or anything, you can clearly see this, but you can't
That
see.
is a message that is a parody, or is it a parody? I don't know the right word for it, but that's not a message. What is that telling you? What does that tell you when you look at that? What's the message there?
It's telling you he needs to be kidnapped, hogtied, and put in the trunk of a car. Just like you would say, this is telling you he needs to be 86. I don't see how you're getting one and not the other.
8647. This says kill Trump. That says
8640. Wait, hold on. 8647. 8647 doesn't say kill anybody. It's just a series of numbers. It don't say anything unless you interpret it that way.
What did they mean then? Why did he take a picture of this?
It could be, like I said,
What did they mean?
it could be a combination to a safe. It could be a host of other things. We don't know.
Like the message. Like it took 2 seconds to look at that and be like, 8647. That's not good.
But this is okay. But this is okay.
Funny. Like I really don't get the message you're getting to go kidnap Biden from that.
I'm trying to figure out a man that allegedly, we're being told by the Trump administration, he has dementia. He don't know where he's at, can barely string together a sentence. And we're telling you that hog tying a guy that's mentally ill with dementia, somehow that's funny? That hog tying an old elderly dude that has dementia.
Humor, yeah. It's dark humor. It's not like I'm inventing.
How is this not dark humor? How is the 8647 not dark humor?
It's not funny. Well, what's funny about it?
I don't think either one of them are funny. It's up to your opinion what's funny.
If I saw that truck driving by, I would laugh. I would think it's stupid and I would laugh. But nothing's funny about this. It's a straight up message to fucking, kill Trump. I think he shouldn't be charged. Again, I think he shouldn't be charged, but this is not a joke. This is not a parody.
Neither one of them are jokes. You think Biden's family broke out laughing when they saw their relative hogtied? Would you be okay if your wife or your kid was featured like this? Would that be funny to you?
If my wife was president and this came up, I wouldn't think anything of it.
Really?
I doubt Hunter Biden was fucking, hiding under a table worrying that people were going to come kidnap him, his father.
So if your wife was in politics and her main rival posted this, you wouldn't have any problem with it at all?
No, just stupid. This isn't like a direct threat where the other one's a direct threat.
I don't see how this is not a direct threat. So what if you chop his head off? So if you chopped his head off, that wouldn't be a direct threat. Would that be comedy?
If it said 8646, I would agree with you. I'd be like, that's the threat. He's saying to kill, or if it said kidnap 46, I would be like, yeah, sure. That's the message to fucking kidnap the president. So this makes... Listen, shit like this, you see trucks with stupid shit on them all the time. You see funny trucks. You ever see the truck where the window has a sticker of Trump's head and shit it's just, people do funny shit with their trucks. It doesn't mean anything, but a random message in the sand that says...
So is it okay to put a picture of Trump standing in front of a little child unzipping his zipper? Would that be funny too?
It'd be fucked up, but yeah, it would be funny.
So you can make jokes about pedophilia. That would be funny to you.
It wouldn't be funny to me, but I'm sure some idiot would find it funny on your side.
I don't know what...
It wouldn't get somebody fucking arrested.
I think it should. I don't know. You got an odd sense of humor. You're telling me that making...
The internet is full of dark humor. It's not like I invented dark humor.
This dude is driving around the street, MAGA. He's not on the dark web. He was driving on the city street.
Tim, there's 1,000 trucks like that with fucking fucked up stickers and funny shit on them. If you're gonna arrest every truck with a weird fucking picture on it, you're gonna be arresting a lot of people. Especially
so you've seen trucks like this with people being tied up in bondage. Is that what's happening in your community?
I've seen all kinds of funny shit. I've seen the Trump head several times where the window has a sticker of Trump's head, and I've seen a bunch of shit. Some of it funny, some of it stupid, some of it disturbing.
I
I'm
don't.
not gonna fucking go around arresting people.
I got folks in the comments like, check his hard drive. Evil B Babu says Trump needs to be hogged. I don't even want to say that, but he's saying Trump needs to be put in this position, and Trump is the Antichrist. What else is new? Hold on. What else is new? MAGA reacts to know that she's just being naive. I don't know. I think when you lost me at MAGA is when you suggested that if your wife was in politics and her rival put this on a car, you would have a problem with it. I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I believe that.
Again, he didn't put that on his truck. Trump didn't put that on the truck. He just took a picture that he randomly found on the internet that he found funny and retweeted it.
To millions of people, and you would be okay with that.
Again, this is a funny thing. Like, if I saw this on the internet, I wouldn't think too much of it. I'm like, haha, and then move on to the next thing. But you guys are making such a big deal about it.
But you don't see no comedy whatsoever in 8647.
Do you see any comedy in it?
Let me ask it to you this way. Since you're suggesting what 8647 means, would it have been funny if he actually put a picture on the car of somebody doing this instead of the numbers?
I mean, actually killing, that's different. But
what's actually hog tying is not?
Because it's funny. Because, like, the reason it's funny is because you got to use your imagination to think that that Biden's actually in there hog tied, but he's not.
You don't have to use any you don't have to use any imagination with this picture at all. It's as clear as day. What do you mean imagination?
Biden's not actually in the trunk. He's not in the trunk hog tied. And the fucking bed is not see-through. That's the funny part. It's not a see-through bed. Bro,
I don't get it either.
It's like a truck with balls. Do you think the truck actually has testicles when you see a truck with balls? It's funny because it's fucking stupid. The fucking back door of this truck is not see-through. We're not seeing through a magical window into the bed that has a kidnapped person.
The real humor is in hearing you try to explain this shit. This is funny.
Because you're playing dumb. You're playing dumb and making me explain basic shit. Like, come on, Tim. Stop playing dumb. This is so... If it wasn't Biden or just some regular person, even if it was Trump hogtied, I'd be like, that's funny, and just fucking move on. I wouldn't think
so you're okay with a picture depicting him being hogtied and kidnapped, but a picture depicting the president being 86 would not be funny?
Well, for one thing, he's not getting murdered. Like, one person's getting murdered, one's just getting kidnapped.
So kidnapping okay, murder not?
Yes. As far as making fun of it.
Oh my God. You do realize kidnapping is...
You got some guy literally 2 days ago tried to actually murder Trump, You
do realize kidnapping is a serious felony. Like the Nancy Guthrie woman that's been missing. You realize that's a serious crime. You're saying that's funny.
But we're not talking about the crime. We're talking about making fun of it.
No, this is a crime. What you're seeing on the screen is a crime.
This is making fun of a crime, not actually doing the crime. Now, you guys are...
They are actually... No, you're seeing a man being actually kidnapped. He's in some kind of container hog tie. He is in the process of being kidnapped.
No, this is making fun of a man getting kidnapped. Making... Come on, these guys pretending his truck is see-through. Can you see? Do you have x-ray vision? Does he have a glass fucking bed? Like, come on, Tim. He's making fun of kidnapping. He's not actually,
So 8647. So 8647 can't be making fun of a crime itself.
You tell me how it's funny or making fun of anything.
I don't see any humor in either one of these. I'm just surprised you do.
Yeah, because it's a fucking truck that's pretending to have a see-through bed and having the president kidnapped in the back of it.
Well, I'll just say this. You did admit posting a picture of Trump standing in front of a little child unzipping his zipper would be funny to you as well. So you do have a different sense of humor.
How it's done. Like, if it's done in a tasteful way or a funny way, yeah.
What?
To, like, making fun of killing Trump.
What taste? Wait a minute.
If it's done in a funny way.
I said, wait a minute, hold on. I said, if you posted a picture of Trump in front of a little child unzipping this, you said if it's done in a tasteful way. How can you do it? How can you do that tastefully?
Sleeping with the devil, and I didn't make a big deal. I found that funny. How is that any different?
Explain to me how you could do that in a tasteful way. I'm just curious.
Like South Park did him sleeping with the devil, like not even 6 months ago or 3 months ago. Okay. Did you find that funny? Did you think Trump actually sleeps with the devil?
I find your discussion of this stuff as funny as I have never.
But do you think the South Park guys did anything wrong? Like, I mean, they did the same thing with Trump, him sleeping with the devil and doing all kinds of fucking crazy shit. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. And I'll tell you why. This guy is on public streets. What James Comey did is on the internet. This stuff is where kids. What South Park is not meant for kids to watch. This stuff is on the street. Big difference.
Now you're making it about censorship. You're going all over the place.
So you don't believe this should be? You just believe this should be legal and everything? Huh? Just drive around posting.
Why would this be illegal?
Because according to Trump, this is illegal. So if that's illegal, then
if that guy's truck said kidnap Biden, I would agree with you. Although I don't even think this should be charged. I'm just telling you that this is bad because it's a straight up message. So if that guy's trunk that said kidnap Biden, then it would be the same message. I'd be like, yeah, that should also be illegal. You shouldn't have bumper stickers that say kidnap the fucking president.
I gotta say, I've misheard. I gotta say,
it could be illegal, but I'm telling you, one is better than the other.
All right, I do gotta move it on. I gotta say, I've mishearing from you, but not in this way. Real quick. What?
With Kimmel, the reason Kimmel is in trouble is because he said she looks like a glowing widow. He made fun of her, like, waiting to be a widow, like, suggesting that, that she's, what is there to fucking debate? Hey, Michael, I thought you got arrested 2 days ago. I was actually going to tell Tim that we should do a head count to see if any of our callers are missing. Manifesto sounded like everything you guys say.
I want to ask him about this alleged arrest, but before I do, Evil B Babu says MAGA reacts, loves pedals. See, he is so screwed up he can't even tell what is right and what is wrong. The dude is confused, and you do sound a bit confused. Mike, good evening.
He's extremely confused. And by the way, I want to get back to the person because see, MAGA reacts sometimes tell people don't Google shit. Because I did Google Douglas that you brought up.
Mr. Receipts, Mr. Motherfucking Receipts himself. What did you come up with?
Let's go.
So he was sentenced for election interference because he actually, not only was he on Twitter, you failed to mention that he literally had an entire campaign he had 59,000 followers trying to convince them to vote for Hillary by text. Via text. That is election interference. You cannot do that.
How did he do that? How many tweets and text messages did he send out? What did he do?
He literally. So first of all, you should have known this before you brought it the fuck up. But I'll tell you.
No,
Let me hear him. Let us hear him.
He set up text. First of all, you can't vote by texting. So for him to solicit and tell people that they could is against the law. That's number one. He put out avoid the lines. Hold on. Avoid the lines, vote from home, text Hillary to 59925 and vote for Hillary and be a part of history. He put all that out there. Must be 18 to vote and all there. So he set this shit up, which was illegal. And that's why he got
right to his millions of followers.
How much time did he get? How much time did he get?
He got 7 months. Like he said.
What 7 months? I didn't know it was 7 months.
But again, conspiracy to interfere with potential voters' right to vote. That's what he did.
What did I say that was wrong? You just repeated everything I said.
No, I didn't. No, the fuck you didn't say that. No, you didn't say that. Because you wouldn't be arguing. You wouldn't be arguing if you would have said he got charged and convicted of election interference. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
What did I say? I said it had to do with the election, the 2016 election, and telling people to fucking vote by text.
You made it sound like he really didn't do it. You made it sound like he really didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't have time to look the actual charge up. I believe that.
I said you just repeated, and you're telling me I'm wrong. You repeated everything I said. What did I say that was wrong?
You didn't say none of that. I know in your own little MAGA Reacts world.
I said it.
MAGA,
said it with more detail.
MAGA. This is why I've told you to go back and listen to the lives you're on and hear yourself. Because I think what's going on in your head and what comes out your mouth
Did I say
might not be connected.
What did I say that was different from what Michael just said?
Tim just told you. Tim literally just told you.
You made it sound like he didn't do nothing wrong and it was just a bullshit charge. He was actively. I'm curious. Did he actually?
Charged, but it was bullshit. It's based off one tweet.
I'm curious if he actually.
Once,
I'm curious. Hold on. I'm curious if that number he was giving out actually worked. Did he go? How far did he go with it? I'm actually curious about that.
It was just the one tweet. Michael's making it sound like he had a whole thing where he did 1,000 tweets. It was literally one tweet.
So watch this, Tim. Several hours after tweeting the first image, Mackie tweeted another image depicting a woman sitting at a conference room typing a message on her cell phone. This deceptive image was written in Spanish. The mimic was not used by Clinton campaign and authentic ads. So not only did he do it once, he did it twice, and he targeted a subsequent different audience. Is there anything else about this you want to talk about?
How many people voted by text?
Don't pivot. That's beside the point.
That's the whole point.
MAGA reacts. MAGA.
You're dumb enough to fall for it.
Well, I agree with you with dumb enough to fall, but hold on. I agree with you with if you're dumb enough to fall with it part, but the fact is he was trying to legitimately find people that were dumb enough to fall for it. He was trying to alter people's actions.
Okay, so you can say that again. That's why I brought it up. You can say the same thing about Comey. So if you are okay with this guy going to jail, you should be okay with Comey going to jail.
You got to.
What did Comey do? What did Comey do?
He put a message saying 8647.
What is 86? What does 86 mean, and what's the origin of 86? Do you know?
86 is to kill a plate or to kick someone out of a nightclub. I've been 86 myself at a couple of nightclubs.
No, that's not even where the reference starts. Do you know where the reference comes from? You're talking to a person that's
probably law enforcement.
I'm about to explain it to you. I don't know everything, but I know this because I've been in the restaurant industry for quite a long time. 86, that's where it started. 86 means to either take something off the menu, cancel it, we're out of it. So 86 is so you can't order it. It started in the restaurant industry back in the 1930s.
Yeah, which is what I said.
So he was trying to cancel Comey's order.
So he's trying to, it's the cancel, get rid of, or refuse service to. That's where that term comes from. So for you to elevate it to, it means to unalive and do all this other nonsense.
Slang for killing someone.
Again, that's not what it says. Now, let me see if Bake Boss in the comments has some integrity. Since you're a baker, you clearly should know that that's what that means, right, Bake Boss? Because you're in the baking industry. So if you have to 86 an ingredient or an item, you don't mean what you don't have it right now.
He's agreeing with
That's
you.
What it means.
He's agreeing with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anything else, MAGA Reacts, before we get to Jimmy Kimmel? You probably don't want this either.
No, let's go. Jimmy Kimmel, go. I mean, I still don't think I don't see where you disagree with me. The fact that you think the first
you as wrong as the days are long, you just can't interpret it.
You just can't interpret it.
You just can't.
So you think Jimmy Kimmel should be fired?
Yeah, because he sucks. I was Jimmy Kimmel's #1 fan, but he hasn't been funny in years.
Okay, fine, whatever. So tell me what his intent was of the joke.
To make fun of fucking the first lady being a widow.
Okay, so and this is for the ones with the dunce hats on, like MAGA Reacts. He clearly said every year when they have the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they normally have a comedian. They did not want a comedian this year. Every year when they have it, there's always a comedian. He's always roasting people in the audience. That is normal. Now, Donald Trump has been boycotting this for years. He finally decided to do it, but he did not want a comedian doing it. So what Jimmy Kimmel did is said, in honor of that, because he knew that they had canceled that Thursday before this, he did his own satire of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's why he said it. Hold on, let me finish. The joke was in reference to the age gap in between Melania and Donald Trump. Now, that was Thursday. Now, if you got that much smoke for a comedian, then surely Caroline Levitt should be indicted or investigated into her comments the same night when they were interviewing her, and she said it's going to be a great night. There's going to be lots of shots fired.
She did say that.
The same night that the thing happened. So if we're taking people's words literally, why isn't she arrested?
Well, first of all, he literally says she's waiting for him to be a widow. Like, what other definition of that is there?
I just gave you the context of the joke, sir. Now,
you
can
gave
you
me
answer?
Context, but like, how is he not talking about fucking Trump dying? And
he was talking about again.
Like, how
again,
is we know Carolina's talking about jokes.
No, we don't. No, we don't. So wait a minute. We know that.
Normally,
wait a minute.
And they fucking roast each
3
other.
minutes.
But
you literally said they normally roast each other at this dinner.
Listen, MAGA. I told you you're not good at this. The reason that's
no, just because you say I'm not good at it.
No, listen.
Not good at it.
I know, but you're terrible at it, and here's why. Because you don't listen. I just told you that they didn't have a comedian there. I just told you that they didn't want a comedian there. So clearly, she wasn't. Let me finish. If they didn't want a comedian there specifically for that reason. So when she stands up and says, going to be a great night, there's going to be a lot of shots fired, if you're holding him to his literal words, you must hold her to the same level.
Sorry, not wanting comedian there doesn't mean that they don't want any comedy there.
That's not what I said.
They wanted an entertainer because they hired an entertainer, and it sounds to me like Trump wanted to be the comedian that night.
Again,
going to come out with a bunch of roasts for everybody.
I'm just going to say
this. The night of, she said, you're not addressing my point. Engage with what I'm saying. She said it's going to be shots fired tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Common vernacular.
Wait, hold on.
Throwing fucking shade around and this around.
Hold on. But now you want to talk about the common vernacular then, but you want to say that a comedian... Hold on.
Jimmy Kimmel was literally being literal. He wasn't using slang or anything. He was being literal about her being a widow.
So wait a minute. So are you saying that Jimmy Kimmel on Thursday had some premonition that this was going to happen Saturday night? Is that what you're trying to say?
I wouldn't go that far, but
you can only
bad luck for Kimmel. But why are you making fun of like Trump and shit?
You can only go that far to come to your conclusion. You can't stop.
Are you telling me he wasn't being literal? Are you telling me?
I gotta wrap it up, folks.
Those words.
All right, I gotta wrap it up.
Literal, like.
I'm going to say this.
Literal when she said shooting.
All right, okay, Mike, go ahead. Let Mike get his last word, and then I'll give you a chance to respond.
I'm going to say this and land my plane. Again, if you're saying that a comedian who does late night and then, by the way, late night comedy has been doing political satire since the 60s. This isn't new. You guys whining about what people say and do to Trump while he simultaneously attacks everybody and anybody is absurd. So for him to attack people, you guys didn't have that same smoke. So he should have been impeached when he said good when Robert Mueller died. He should have been was unalive. He should have been impeached when he said those comments he made about Rob Reiner, right? See, the standards you guys hold for him and the rest of the people is absurd.
All right, Mike, and
disparaging comments. Go ahead, Tim.
No, all right, thank you, and I do agree with what he's saying. MAGA, I'll give you the moment to rebut, and then we'll move it on.
Look, you got one guy being literal and always making these jokes that are just not landing. They're not funny. I wish Kimmel could go back to his old funny self. He used to be one of my favorite comedians. I love Kimmel, but now he's just not funny at all, and it's just bordering, not even bordering. He's straight up just being mean and fucking hateful. I just want him to be funny, and, he was literally being literal. Like, he wasn't, saying those words meaning other words. He was literally talking about her becoming a widow versus Caroline was just using common vernacular to say shots are going to get fired.
Well, I'm just going to say two things. First of all, it's up to his network and their ratings to determine whether he's worthy or not. And the second thing is, you say he's not funny, he's just being mean. You think people look at Obama as monkeys and shit on He's not being funny either. He's being mean. Yeah, but there's an audience that find that funny.
I don't think he did the monkey thing on purpose. I think that was something at the end that he just didn't fucking notice.
I'm not.
And he raised it right away. This guy's standing by his comments where Trump took back the monkey thing because it wasn't supposed to have been done. It was a mistake.
Okay, I don't even know what to go with that. There's so many of these things Trump posts out there that you guys say are funny that you would think you would literally think that Trump is not a president. He's a comedian. You guys are always saying this was a joke, that was a joke. Like you're a president. Why are you constantly telling jokes all the time?
Because he's been an entertainer his whole life.
All right, then look at the 8647 and be entertained. I got to move it on. Thank you.
Comey's not an entertainer. Comey's a fucking asshole.
Your opinion? Appreciate it. Tap the screen and get the likes on up to 25,000. That was MAGA Reacts, everyone. Friend of the program, indeed. Tap the screen, get the likes up to 25,000. You guys know how the program is ran. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone. We decided to get right into it as opposed to taking comments, reading the comments, and bring up a couple guests that got a little heated there, which is good. We don't block, ban, or censor. Program is always going to be MAGA friendly. Nevertheless, liberals are welcome as well. But I'm just going to say it like this. This is my humble opinion on it. When you sling mud, you get dirty. It's as simple as that. When you sling mud, you get dirty. You like to tell jokes about other people at their expense. It's going to eventually lead to people telling jokes about you at your expense. It's just that Trump and MAGA, for certain, they don't like jokes against Trump. But they favor his jokes against the same people that he's criticizing. When you're slinging mud, you're going to get dirty. James Harper, appreciate the hat and mustache, thank you. So it's simple as that. How many times has Trump did something or said something that the left was crying about and the right said it's just a joke? It's just a joke. Well, this is what happens. It comes back to you sometimes. So I don't know why Trump doesn't like the jokes on him, but you can't just be slinging mud all the time and expecting people to just idly stand by and listen to it. I would assume, I don't watch him a lot, even though I watch Fox News. I don't watch a lot of the Greg Gutfeld stuff. But my guess is Greg Gutfeld slings a lot of mud at the left as well. He does it on the 5. I do watch the 5. I don't watch his later show. But I guarantee Greg Gutfeld is not taking it easy on the liberals, and folks are favorable to it. But they don't like what Jimmy Kimmel is doing. It's just one of those good for thee, not for me. Do as I say, not as I do type things. A president usually rise above. True. That is not the case in President Trump's case. And I do want to point out something. Thank you for the TikTok cap, M-Dub. Appreciate that. Now, we played this yesterday. And tap the screen, get us up to 25,000. We'll take the next caller as such. If you're watching us on YouTube, smash that like button. Helps out the algorithm. I always ask you folks to do that. Smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Happen to be watching us on Instagram, TikTok, or Substack. Follow the program. Happen to be watching on YouTube, give us a sub. I want you to see another, just like with the 8647 and Biden hogtied, I want you to see another one that I find rather, I don't know if it shows hypocrisy or it's kind of the same thing where you got 8647 and then you got Trump posting pictures of Biden hogtied. Now, many of you heard this yesterday because we played it yesterday, Carolyn Levitt. But I want to follow it up with something that I think is interesting and worthy of listening to.
That President Trump, day after day after day, for 11 years, has helped to legitimize this violence and bring us to this dark moment. Those who constantly falsely label and slander the president as a fascist, as a threat to democracy, and compare him to Hitler to score political points are fueling this kind of violence.
Now, you hear her say, calling Trump a fascist and, and all of this stuff is leading to this type of violence. MAGA overwhelmingly agrees with that. Calling the president a fascist, comparing them to Hitler, saying he's a threat to democracy. They overwhelmingly agree that could lead to violence being bestowed upon President Trump.
Divide in American politics today is between these far-left fascists led by Harris and her group. We have a fascist person running who's incompetent. She's a Marxist, communist, fascist, socialist. She's not actually a socialist. She's gone past that. Somebody's got to explain this woman. This is a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist.
He's doing the same thing The same thing that Carolyn Levitt just said leads to violence. So the question becomes obvious. Is President Trump promoting violence? He's saying that those comments against him, and thank you for the hat and mustache there, whoever just sent that, super evil. Thank you. So according to Trump, according to Carolyn Levitt and his administration, calling the president a fascist or saying he's a threat to democracy is promoting violence upon the president. Yet you just heard the clips. Trump had no problem using the exact same language, launching the exact same attacks at his adversaries. Does she not know the internet is forever? Do they not know this stuff is out there? Or perhaps, as you heard Mike often suggest, Mr. Receipts himself, is that a lot of folks don't expect you to do research. This was really easy to find. This was really easy to go online and find because Trump did it so often, so many times. Democrats calling him a fascist day in and day out is inspiring attacks on Trump. Yet there's hundreds of clips of him doing it. I don't understand this stuff. I don't understand this other than it's okay when I do it. There's a problem when you do it. I don't know. I mean, are we changing the way we do things just to make space for President Trump? That's what it appeared to be to me. Like we're just kind of giving Trump some kind of special category. M-Dub, good evening, welcome. Somebody says if it wasn't for CNN, I don't get that one. M-Dub, good evening. M-Dub, I guess you got a phone call. We will move it on. Apparently he's not there. The truth is something hurting you bad. I don't get what that's saying there. Is he not allowed to answer back? This is before that. This is him calling Kamala Harris. Well, let me just say this. Let's say the Democrats are calling him all kinds of fascists and things like that, which he says promotes violence. So he responds by calling them fascists, which he says promotes violence. So then there's no innocent parties involved. So then what Carolyn Levitt is talking about makes no sense. Your guy is, like I said, if you sling mud, you're going to get dirty. So in other words, there are no innocent parties. He's in the mud doing the same shit. So why is she complaining about it? Okay, they called him a fascist and he decided, well, I'm going to do the same thing back. Then okay, then you're in the mud with him. No, there are no innocent people. He sounds like he's trying to, or she sounds like they're trying to indicate that Trump somehow, some way is a victim of what he's actually doing to others. He's in the mud. He's not he's not taking a higher route. He's doing it too, and doing it often. James Harper, good evening, welcome to the program.
What's going on, Tim?
Not much at all. You see what my last couple callers were with the 8647 versus Biden hog-tied in the trunk of a car. How do you see that?
Like I said before, MAGA, they call everybody else snowflakes, but they're the real snowflakes. They love to dish out all these insults to everybody else. But the second somebody tries to do something with them, all of a sudden it's the biggest travesty they've ever faced, and that person needs to face retribution.
And I will give you credit for that statement. You know, they always, MAGA, when Trump came on the scene, it was all about the liberals are snowflakes. You know, you can't take a joke in all of this. And it does seem like Trump doesn't, he's went out to Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert. All these dudes all they do is tell jokes. It seems like he can't take a joke either.
He was like that even before he got in office.
What do you mean?
Remember when every time somebody said something to him, especially when they made a comment, come back to what he said something stupid, he would go around talking about, oh, this person's mean to me. They're a nasty, vile person. It's always been like that.
Well, as T-Pain once said, it ain't tricking if you got it. Fact is, it works with MAGA. So MAGA does see Trump as a victim. Trump can make 100 bad jokes about others. Somebody makes one about him, and MAGA does see that as victimizing Trump. So can you blame him for doing it?
Tim, MAGA also thinks that Trump is 6'3" and 215 pounds.
You don't think they really believe that, do you?
Shit.
I mean, look, maybe he's lost a few
shit.
pounds. Maybe he's lost a few pounds.
Remember, these are the same people that they have to try so hard to like reimpose his head on other people's bodies just so he looks better than what he is.
Well, listen, I get he's almost 80, so he's not a dashing young hero. But I mean, look, a lot of folks, and I see in the comments, Kathy says MAGA is great. A lot of folks just, I don't know why. It's just something about the humor coming from Trump that they really like. I don't know, because like what you're indicating, and I agree with, is that when the humor comes back, they don't like it.
He's making fun of their political enemies.
Yeah.
That's why. His humor is all about calling everybody else soft and weak, which they believe the world has come to. It's become too PC. Everybody's all tree hugging and all about feelings, but they're the ones that mainly complain.
Yeah. I don't see how it looks like anything less than a snowflake to be continuing to go after comedians. Colbert, Kimmel, Fallon, they're all comedians. Going after comedians does make it look clear you can't take a joke. I mean, these are comedians. That's all they do is tell jokes. When they tell them about you, you don't seem to like it. So it looks like that. I mean, would you agree that President Trump himself is the snowflake that he often speaks of?
Yes.
So just getting into the other part of the show, and in the comments, I see somebody says, Evil B. Babu says, MAGA is garbage. MAGA are puppets. You don't have a high viewpoint of MAGA. MAGA is garbage. You put them down there with the Somali population. Now, the main topic of the show was one being, are we great again, as you see on the screen there. So far, almost 2 years into Trump's term, how you feeling so far about the state of the country, the direction of this nation?
If Trump is trying to take us back to an era right now, it looks like he's going to take us back to he's going to take us back to either the Great Depression or the Great Recession when we were screwed.
The economy ain't that bad, is it? I mean, people can still afford gas and groceries, can't they?
But they're going up, Tim. And what happened? He was like, "Oh yeah, we're getting the straight back open. We're doing this, we're doing that." And then today, I want to bomb them again.
And real quick in the comments, Hanson Conservative says, "I swear every day the same talking point, the same script. Democrats never learn." We're talking about what's going. What do you mean the same talking point? He just charged Comey with threatening to kill the president. That was our opening topic. That just happened. What do you mean? We're talking about what's going on in the news. Now, I get that it discusses Trump often, but what dominates the news? Turn on Fox, turn on MS Now, and tell me what is the main thing they're talking about. Why should it be different here? What do you want to talk about? PBS getting canceled? What do you think we should be talking about? It's what dominates all cable news, and it's what Trump wants to dominate cable news. Him. So, are we talking about the same shit too often?
He talks about the same thing every time. It's either Muslims are bad, women shouldn't be in anything except the kitchen, and transgender are evil.
Well, I think there's another one you forgot to bring up. This one. He talks about this one all the time. Anytime Trump gets a microphone in front of his face, he talks about this guy. So I don't know why all of a sudden we got to have these varying topics when Trump is the main guy. I mean, look, when Charlie Kirk got taken out, he dominated the week. I mean, it is what it is. That's what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
So what could Trump do to make you happy? Let's talk about that. What could he do to make you feel like we are heading down a path towards greatness?
He can actually do things for the little man, like the actual everyday citizen that actually voted his ass in.
Give me three things. Give me three things.
All he's been trying to say again?
3 things he could do for the little man. Give me 3 things.
He could have reenact the PACT Act. He can reenact the Chips and Services Act, which we're going to bring in a lot of jobs and make money.
Yes,
but no, he can't do that.
Okay. The CHIPS Act,
And
that was Biden. That was Biden's baby, wasn't it?
yeah, all of those were
Yeah.
Biden's baby. That's which is why he got rid of them, because his name wasn't on it, and Biden's name was on it.
Yeah, the revenge aspect of Trump, at least in my opinion, and I don't know what the hell that's worth in the eyes of MAGA, but in my opinion, the vengeful part of Trump is probably hurting his presidency, because if Obama or Biden did something that might be favorable to the country, he wants to destroy it just because their name is on it. This is the whole. This is Trump derangement syndrome that's in reverse.
I call it petty.
Huh?
I call it. It's not even vengeful. It's petty. He doesn't want anybody but himself to have any recognition for things. That's why he's sitting there renaming the Kennedy Center, trying to put his name on any and everything he can, coming up with all these different things like the Golden Dome and things like that. He wants to take other people's idea and make it his, and so he can have the title for it.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? You mentioned the Kennedy Center. I got a list of things here. There's a Trump coin, dollar coin, his face on one side and the eagle on the other. His signature is going to be on paper money. There's going to be a Trump class of battleships, the F-47 jet after his presidential designation, Trump RX, drugs, Trump savings account for kids, Trump National Park passes will feature a picture of his portrait with him saluting, and Palm Beach International Airport. All this while he's alive. Palm Beach International Airport will now be named after him. How do you feel about this guy just literally getting so many things, so many accolades named after him?
He's a narcissist. He's the literal definition of a narcissist.
But it seems like America kind of agrees with him. I mean, there's not a lot of pushback on the right.
No, only MAGA agrees with him. Everybody else is like, why are you doing all this?
And it's costing the taxpayers money to do it. I mean, this stuff is, you're paying for this stuff.
Exactly.
How about this one? Gen X in the comments, kind of similar to during the civil rights era, everybody had a picture of Martin Luther King and JFK. The African American community did, because those two worked together to bring the Civil Rights Act. Gen X says every American household should have a picture of Trump in their living room. What say you?
Gen X is trolling because he know damn well 90% of damn Americans don't want that shit.
Gen X might actually have a picture of the motherfucker. I don't know. Gen X might be for real.
That is North Korea level propaganda that's going on, which, like I said, Trump has emulated. There's times where he's actually called Kim Jong-un a strong leader, which means he admires what he has in his country, the amount of control he has. That's what he wants.
Well, you do have MAGA saying Trump 2028, so it's not like he just wants to control. I think MAGA would favor another Trump term. So, I mean, they're making it clear that they would rather see him there again.
And that's another reason why MAGA cannot call themselves patriots, because MAGA is willing to throw away the Constitution whenever it's the slightest a bit inconvenient. Talk about, yeah, he shouldn't have to worry about that rule because it don't apply to him.
How about this one? In the comments, Team Cawthorn says MAGA has not been diagnosed as a mental illness yet, but that's exactly what it is. You don't think MAGA is a mental illness, do you?
I think they have cultish behavior.
Explain.
They will do whatever Trump wants them to do. Like if Trump says, "Hey, we're going to act like fascists," they will cheer it on, saying, "Yeah, America needs that." Like that man said, "I'm going to be a dictator day one," and they was cheering that on.
Yeah, he did.
Trump has been ignoring Congress and the roles that Congress is supposed to have, and they've been cheering on, talking about he's the best president ever. He's doing this, he's doing that, but Joe Biden has put in less executive orders, and they were calling him a dictator.
I got to get MAGA on, because I do want to, because you're right, some of them do say that Trump is the best president ever, and I do want to get the parameters for why they're saying that. Like, he's been in office now almost 6 years, 4 years for a full term, and almost 2 now. I would love to hear the accomplishments because there are MAGA that believes that. I mean, think of all the things we just went the list we just went down of all the shit that's been named after this guy. This stuff is you don't normally get stuff named after you until you're deceased. He's getting a bunch of stuff named after him while he's still alive. I don't think he will have had more things named after him.
Hold on, Tim. You're saying he's getting things named after him. No, he's renaming them. There's a difference. Getting things named after you means that like there's actually like people put in motions to do it in your honor. No, he's doing it himself. He's like, I'm going to change this.
Yeah. Well, how about this one in the comments? Whiplash says perhaps we're just jealous losers. Is it possible that the Democrats are just upset? Would they have been okay with Obama naming the whole country after himself? Maybe they're just jealous.
Did we not just talk about how this man has been taking other people's stuff and renaming it? Who's the one that sounds jealous? Oh, y'all like that because of him? No. I'm putting my name on it so I can be great. Y'all can say I'm great about it. all these other presidents, they got they facing on currency and got their signatures and things like that. I want to put my stuff on it. That's jealousy. I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know either. Like I said, it would be a little bit easier to digest if Trump had some major accomplishments and had this being done in a memorial sense. But for him to be doing it while he's still alive is amazing. I mean, his journey is still unwritten. There's still over half of your term is left, and right now there's just not that much accomplished for him to be getting coins and stuff. What's going to end up happening after he's not in office? You know what's going to happen to all the stuff that's named after him, right?
It's all going to revert back to how it was the second he's gone.
Yeah, and that's going to cost taxpayers money again. Would you be okay saving tax dollars by just simply leaving it named after Trump?
No, because that's just going to encourage the next guy to do the same thing. Just to say, oh, well, you ain't got to change it back because you know it's going to be. I'm gonna waste your money to make this happen. But for you, don't try to use your money to change it back. Just let it be that way.
I think that's the argument on the ballroom as well. I got to move it on, but that's the argument on the ballroom is now that it has began, you might as well spend the tax dollars to finish it. I think that's the kind of argument they're presenting. He will eventually get the ballroom. So if they build a ballroom, you don't want to tear that down, do you?
If he puts the ballroom up, it would be a massive failure because what was the point of it anyway? It's not going to be done by the time he's supposed to be out of office, and also that there's no point in it. When do we have functions like that at the White House?
Well, I guess the argument is that once you build this ballroom and with the security that will be around it, you could then start having functions that are normally held away from the White House at the White House. So it would be, they say build it and they will come. Once you build it, people will start having the functions there.
And that's the biggest bunch of crap I heard in a while. Because you know as well as I do, that's a security risk, Tim. You mean to tell me now we're going to have all these people just coming into the White House for events all the damn time?
Well, they're going to be events hosted by the president, though. I mean, this would be dignitaries and sheiks and prime ministers. I mean, like for instance,
but Tim, how many like balls and galas and banquets is the president actually holding?
Oh, it's going to be empty most of the time. It'll be like a wealthy person's mansion. Most of the time, that shit's empty.
Basically, it's going to be a waste because it's going to be empty most of the damn time. It's going to serve no functioning purpose.
I'm not arguing with the fact that it'll be a waste. We agree with that. Most of the time, the ballroom will be empty, but it'll be there for what? I mean, he might host 5 or 6 events there, annually. Most presidents will.
Tim, he won't host a single one because he won't be, technically he won't be president anymore by the time it's over with. By the time that thing will get built, he will not be.
When is it scheduled to be completed?
It's going to take more than 2 years. Like, how long does it take for a normal building to get?
Well, he's going to be.
Not no cookie cutter house, like an actual stone building to get installed. It takes them years just to do renovations.
Well, 2 years ain't that bad. He's going to be president until 2032, 2028 to 2032. He can use the ballroom.
Tim, there you go fluffing.
I gotta go. Appreciate it, James. Thanks for coming through.
Hey Tim, make sure you just stick the ruler up there, man. You keep avoiding him like you.
I don't
like you
avoid Stick. I like Stick. Appreciate it. Thanks, James. I don't avoid anybody. Tap the screen, get the likes up, make ass great again. MAGA. Just to build the concrete enforced bunker is going to take 1.5 years for that. Wow. Then it'll be built for the predecessor or the processor, whoever precedes Trump. It'll be built for them. But it'll be named after Trump. I mean, if Trump is responsible for the ballroom being built, he's going to want his name on it. I don't know if if that name will continue and remain there, but that is indeed, President Trump, he wants his name on it. Tap the screen, get the likes on up if you will. We'll go to Julio, one of my subs. Good evening, Julio. Maybe didn't bring him up. Tim, you said you wanted to be reincarnated as Trump because you love him so much. Pobo, I said I would love to be reincarnated with Trump's power. I want to be able to say shit and nobody questions it. They just believe it. Honey, I was sleepy and I decided to stay at work and I just slept in the spare office. I wasn't able to come home. Yeah, the perfume some woman must have laid on the couch before me, so that's why I smell like this. I decided to have a couple eggs, and some of the stuff spilled on my pants. That's why this crusty look is there. I want to be able to just say shit and people believe it, So I would love to be able to do that. It's amazing that President Trump can just say whatever he wants and people just believe it. So if I'm reincarnated, I would love that power. Looking in the comments, ear cartilage does not grow back. Trump's ears has grown. What if he had plastic surgery? What if he does not have the ear cartilage, but he has plastic surgery? Could be that. Looking in the comments real quick. By the way, tap the screen. I need you folks on YouTube in particular. Smash that like button. Hundreds of you here on one of the pages. So smash that like button. Get the likes up. If you're watching us on Instagram, TikTok, or Substack, follow the program. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a sub. And for you YouTubers, also smash that like button. It helps out the algorithm. Or have you been living at everything he says is a lie and everybody knows he is lying? I don't agree with that, Thomas. I don't think everybody knows Trump is lying. I think a lot of things Trump says, short-term pain for long-term gain. Most MAGA believe that. Trump has also said that soon gas prices will be lower than they were before the war began. I had Straight Talk Commerce, a frequent guest on the program. He believed a few weeks ago that gas was going to be around $1.90 a gallon. He's only hearing that from right-wing media outlets. He believed it. So no, I don't think all MAGA walk around thinking Trump is lying. They believe what he's saying. They believe a lot of that stuff. Now, some of you folks on the left have a different opinion. Shirt 14, appreciate the hat mustache. Thank you very much. Tim believed, Popo, you always go crazy. Tim believed he was going to end the I didn't believe he was going to end the Russian-Ukraine war in 24 hours, but I definitely believed Trump was going to do a good job in getting the Russian-Ukraine war to come to an end. I thought he was going to be way more successful than he has been. My belief is that he had a good relationship with Vladimir Putin because he had a relationship with Putin as a businessman. And I thought once he got in office, he would be able to make some kind of deal or arrangement or have a conversation with Putin and get him to back down. He's failed miserably at that. That war is still going on now just as much as it was under the Biden administration. He's failed miserable. In fact, you don't even hear him talking about that no more. That's just been a complete failure of a campaign promise. He is not doing anything at that. I have seen a 40-cent increase in gas here in Northeast Ohio. Only 40 cents? That's pretty. You're doing better than most. Most people since the war began have seen $1 increase. Tap the screen, get the likes on up. You guys know what I'm asking. Get us up to 45,000. Take the caller soon here. Biden is not the president now. True, but Trump likes to talk about him every time he gets. Trump is Putin's personal bootlicker. Putin has something on him. Well, whatever the case may be, he's doing no good getting that war to end. And in the comments, Shanti says it was $2.69 a gallon in Ohio, and now she's dealing with $4.29. So that's over $1. Yeah, 40 cents is pretty low. Let me go back to the box. I think most places in America have seen their gas go up around about $1 a gallon or more. 40 cents is low. Going back to the box, we'll make it happen with handsome conservative. Good evening. Welcome to the show. $50 a gallon for diesel. $5.50 a gallon for diesel fuel in Ohio. And Ohio is one of the cheaper places for fuel, are they not? And I see in the comments on Maestro, you talked about Comey, and I'm looking at him on News Nation. Yeah, James Comey, the former FBI director, got indicted again. We covered that in detail at the beginning of the show. We'll certainly end up talking about it a little bit more as we continue on. We'll make it happen now. Some of these callers are not coming through. Stick, the ruler. Good evening, Stick.
What's going on, Tim?
Not much, you know what I say, hanging around like Al Sharpton at a Klan meeting. So, are we great yet? Are we on the path to greatness?
Hold on, before you get past that comment, that's how they had your ass in that live the other day when I came in there. It so felt like you was hanging around like in a Klan meeting like Jesse Jackson, for real.
Well, what is his name? Jammin' Lou? He's a minority.
Jammin' Lou is a racist minority. Next.
No, I'm just saying he is a minority. So
he's a fool. He's an idiot. He's a fool. Anyway, I ain't gonna.
I'll tell you it is. Right in regards to you claiming he's a racist minority, I'll tell you this. I've talked to a lot of MAGA because that's generally where I'm at. If I'm not on my own program, I'm usually in MAGA forums. Minority MAGA are often significantly harsher on me than a white MAGA. I can actually work with them and have a conversation. A minority MAGA, black MAGA in particular, man, they call you all kinds of names. They attack the fuck out of you. I don't get it. What is it about black MAGA?
Because they feel like they can say that because of their skin color. Just being honest. And then on top of that, he was really, really embarrassed about that video you played.
Of him.
Yeah.
A video of him.
Right,
yeah.
Yeah. A lot of stuttering, a lot of all that shit going on. But what was you finna say though, Tim? I had to just go ahead and break the ice with that one.
Well, and I appreciate you tuning into that. First of all, we are asking, are we great again yet? Are we on the path to great? How do you feel about the direction of the country right now?
Well, when you believe Lego videos produced by Iran over the president of the United States and you live in the United States, that should tell it all.
You actually believe you actually believe Iran over our government?
Yeah.
Why?
Over Whiskey Pete, over Popeye, FBI agent, Patel, whatever his name is, all that. They just constantly get out there. I mean, you see how he had to fire the 2 women, right?
Yeah. But I mean, you're getting information from our enemy. You believe them more than our government.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I believe everything, but I definitely believe 99.7%.
Damn.
And Trump, I'm gonna say his truth meter is about his approval rating, like 26. So,
well, the American citizens are not fans of another war, but a lot of Americans do believe the information that Hegseth and Trump are telling them. I don't know. You believe the Iranians more? Wow.
No. So Hegseth, there's a looping like comments that he's always made, and it's always about hurting people and being vicious and violent and bringing wrath down on people and all of it. Like, nobody wants that, bruh. When you change your name from the Department of Defense to Department of War, we understood the assignment. This is who you are. Now, going forward, this is why we say white T men such as Pete Hegseth, all they've ever done was be warmongers, go to different countries, start shit, like fuck up the world.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
all they good for.
That's almost racist in nature. You're telling me white people are only good for fucking up the world? That's pretty harsh.
Tell them I can't be racist. I can be bigoted.
Bullshit. What?
Listen. I'm gonna say it again. I can't be racist. It's a system that I'm not a part of. I can be bigoted and I can be prejudiced, but I cannot be racist because I'm not a part of the system. So
no way. No.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
Now, Jammin' Lou is not of the black persuasion. He can be racist. Yeah, Jammin' Lou's racist.
I don't know where you're
at. With my whole chest.
Wait, first of all, what are you trying to tell me, that black people can't be racist or something?
I just said it.
That's
We're
bullshit.
not a part of the system.
You don't need to be.
They got rid of DEI. They got rid of all of the generals and the admirals that was basically black and or melanated, like Jammin' Lou. But for some reason, he's cool with it. So again, if you with the system and you racist, fuck you. That's where I'm at with Jammin' Lou. And I hate it because he's a veteran just as well as I'm a veteran. Yeah. But he's a veteran I can't mess with.
Well,
that's where I'm at with him. I can't mess with him. I don't trust you. If you got all this faith in Trump, then join again and take your ass to Iran. Get over there. Hurry up. I'll give you a plane ticket if you want it.
So you don't trust the minority that believes in Trump or supports Trump?
And I don't trust Blagger, Splagger, none of them motherfuckers. None of them. At all. And on top of that, they can kiss my ass.
Why would you have that sentiment when folks believe that the liberals are trying to make it so you don't even know what a girl or a boy is? The liberals are talking about just letting anybody in the damn country without any security clearance or borders are open. I mean, there are legitimate reasons for blacks to vote for Trump.
No. Lies. First of all, that's what they think. We always had the law, right?
Okay.
So Title 42 and any other law that deals with the border, every fucking president dealt with it. And they dealt with it in the way that they had to. So whether you want to believe that shit or not, that's on you. But just like how you just saying right now, I know that's your pushback, but that's what they doing with Democrats always saying something negative, and that's why people are going out there. No, he's being an asshole. He's being a fucking dictator. People don't want a dictator, so they're doing their patriotic duty and trying to get to his ass. I mean, that's just what it is. So he caused it. If Trump would have shut the fuck up, he wouldn't have no problems.
Wait. So you believe this sounds kind of twisted. I can't believe I'm about to ask you this, but you sound like you just let me make sure I heard you right. You believe that people that may be trying to off President Trump see him as a harm to this nation, and they're trying to do their patriotic duty and right or wrong? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you the same way that they thought their patriotic duty was on January the 6th to go down there and do that shit. I'm telling you, these same people, because a lot of them are from the right, they're not from the left. They think that they're being patriots. That's that shit that they put out there. That's the shit that they do. So again, I'm putting it out there so everybody understands. Or do you know that the right wing, since the 60s and before, actually, have been the main ones doing the political violence?
Now, I'm being told right and left, all up and down the social media aisles, that most of the violence is coming from the left. That's what I'm being told, that by far most of the political violence comes from the left. Where are you getting your information from?
I'm getting my information from Google. You want me to? I can put up a screenshot right now.
Well, let me just say it like this. It's really difficult, and I say this even to the MAGA that says coming mostly from the left. It's really difficult to tell who commits most of the political violence because in most cases, people are attributing folks as left. People are categorizing folks as left or right that may not be left or right. For instance, the left does not want you tacking on, let's say, a 16-year-old that's yelling Black Lives Matter, that's busting it. If a 16-year-old's out in the middle of the street setting cars on fire, yelling Black Lives Matter, he's not a voter. He's not even on the vote, but they call that the left. Just like the right would not want white supremacists or Klan members being called the right. But folks are attributing folks as being a right or left-wing perpetrator of violence. These people don't even vote. A lot of the BLM protesters are felons. They're underage and shit. They're not voting. They're not card-carrying Democrats. So it's hard to know who commits the most violence because people are being put in a category that have nothing to do with it.
Actually, that's not true, Tim. And the reason why it's not true, is just like the guy that what was it? The first guy that got unalived in Pennsylvania, right?
You're talking about the 20-year-old in Butler, Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Oh, he's a leftist. Then come to find out, guess what? He was raised how? In what household? A right household. A household that loved Trump. A household that did
Yeah, Tyler.
I'm sick of hearing this bullshit.
Yeah, Tyler Robinson, the guy that took out Charlie Kirk, was similar, and they tried to say he was a leftist as well. I mean, that's what I'm saying is people.
And that was the next one I was going to right there. They always trying to listen. I grew up in a Baptist church, right? And or a Baptist house. Let's just say it like that, right? So everything that I believe or my core belief is mostly First Baptist, not Southern. First Baptist, right? So with that being said, you kind of know what to look for. Okay, Baptist, he's going to be baptized. You know, he believes basic Christian values, blah, 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 whatever. Okay? It's the same thing. My skin color already gives it away that I come from a black family. So it's the same thing with anybody. White T-man, Utah. Okay, we can go two ways with this. We can go sort of like an evangelical, or we can do the Mormon, right?
Okay.
That's what's in Utah the most. So either way, we're talking right T people. They white T and they're right leaning. Period.
I don't get what point are you trying to make? I don't get this. And by the way, in the comments, MAGA reacts says I grew up leftist and voted Obama, and now he's MAGA. So look, some folks just saw.
No. You grew up confused. Don't nobody want to talk to MAGA reacts. I'm surprised you even came back on this damn app. How many times have Michael embarrassed your dog? Just shut up. Don't say shit. Nobody cares.
He grew up confused.
Matter of fact, go back to Egypt. I'm finna call Trump right now to tell him that MAGA reacts is from fucking Egypt. Take your ass back to Africa.
All right. Well, the man says he voted for Obama. Maybe he saw the era of the democratic ways and decided to go MAGA.
Nah. Hey, so yeah, they just hit me. Anyway, Tim, I'ma holler at you. Hey, I wish I could have read this out for you. That's in the background. Hey, man, keep your head up and stop fluffing, man. Stop fluffing.
Stick, always a pleasure. I disagree with the notion that he said blacks cannot be racist. And somebody in the comments tried to correct me on it as well. I'm not going to be able to read the name without my glasses. Lorenzo says, this is the definition of racist, Tim. You got it wrong. Racists have power over minorities. Even Charlie Kirk said blacks can't be racist. I vehemently disagree. I think there are plenty of avenues where blacks can have power. Look, if let's say, for instance, I take a person out to a club that happens to be a white woman, and in the club ain't nothing but sisters in there, and they hate seeing that, and they beat the shit out of her. You tell me that ain't racist? They got power over. She's outnumbered. There's plenty of areas where, because make no mistake about it, if it happened in reverse, and somebody took me to some kind of hick bar, and a bunch of white dudes beat my ass, we would call it racist. So I absolutely disagree. There are plenty of ways you could have power. People who go to predominantly black schools, and you happen to be one of the only white kids there, and the students are fucking with you. That's racism. And you have power over that person. You got numbers. Maybe you don't let him play on a team. Maybe you don't let him sit where he wants to sit in the lunchroom. This happens in prisons all the time, by the way. I mean, so there are plenty of areas where the minority group can actually be the majority, and have the numbers to do racist shit. I don't see why it changes in the case. You don't have to control the government to be racist. You could just be 10 of you here and only one of them, and the 10 of you are fucking with him and mistreating him. Maybe even being violent to him. I don't see how that's not. What is that then? I don't get it. If you're doing it to that person solely due because of their skin color, it's racist. I don't understand how one group cannot be. That makes no sense. I'll have to get somebody up and correct me on that, but that doesn't make sense to me. They've made you believe that stupid shit, says SGP. No, they didn't make me believe that. I just simply look at what we as a minority community refers to as racist and ask myself, if it happens in reverse, why isn't it equally as racist? I mean, if it happens in reverse, it's not racist. It's the same thing happening to that person that happened to me that I thought was racist when it happened to me. But because his skin color is different than mine, it's not racist when it happens to him. That doesn't make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. Let me go back to the comments. We used to, and by the way, help your boy out with the TikTok cap, hadn't mustache go. I haven't solicited that and haven't seen it. Tap the screen, by the way, get us up to 65,000. But certainly help your boy out with the hat and mustache go. We used to call that prejudice. You don't normally see a whole lot of black people being victimized using the word prejudice. They usually say it's racist. Luis Miguel, appreciate the hat and mustache, one of you folks out there. What the hell is that? Somebody, are you sending me back in time, Bama Landscaper? Thank you for the hat and mustache. Who just sent that? Wow, that was awesome. Slow to speak. Appreciate that. Thank you folks for showing the program some love. In the comments, by the way, real quick, on YouTube, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name there. Thank you for the girl cam, or thank you for the hat and mustache. I know plenty of brothers who detest whites for their color, says M-Dub. Yeah, I'm just simply saying, if you do something negative to someone solely because of their skin color, I see that as racist. I don't know why it changes when the victim is white versus when the victim is black. To me, that doesn't make sense. Marty Marr, shirt 14. Thank you. Shout out to you. So in the comments on YouTube, by the way, I do have an ongoing poll right now. About 30 folks have voted. Blue One Banks with the hourglass. Thank you very much. Do you believe the Lego videos more than our government? Is the poll I asked. So far, we've had about 30s, low 30s, 32 voters. 78% of those voters say yes, they believe the Lego videos more than our government. Wow, that's crazy. That would suggest a major issue with our government in terms of trust. They need to fix that. The greatest, appreciate that, the great Lola. Let me go back to the box. Thank you, Lola, for the TikTok cap. Continuing on, we'll make it happen. Like I said, I don't know why folks believe that you can't be racist if you're black. Hispanics can't do it either. Asians can't do it. Sexy Red, good evening.
Oh, you hot ass mess of a puppet. I swear to God. I can't. I tell you. You know what? Let me tell you something.
Take your time.
Let me tell you.
Take your time. Something. I'll have a sip.
Are we great yet? Are we great yet with your ugly ass muppet?
Okay.
Are we great yet?
Okay, first of all, the question is directed at you, ma'am.
I'm asking your ugly ass. Are we great yet? Because you always be capping for the white team. Man. Yes, master, go get the whips. I love to be whooped by you. I'm a house ninja.
Well,
are we great yet?
The only way
you get your ass whooped by him every damn day. And you're sucking on him, so are we great yet?
Yes, master, go get the whips. I love being whipped by you. Oh, you a dominatrix? That's the only way I'm going to say that. I love being whipped by you.
Actually, I am very much into that. I'm a mistress in it. Yes, honey. Wow. I tell you, how many damn times I got to tell your muppet ass, I'm a freaky Christian. I'm into a whole world that I'll turn your ass out. And you'll be my B at the end of the night. That's why the white men love my ass. But unfortunately, I don't fudge with them no more.
You know, you kind of remind me of the girl in an old, I don't know, some of you folks have probably seen the movie Players Club, Assume the Fucking Position. You sound like that guy.
Yes, I do that. Yes.
Really?
Have you ever seen I don't know how freaky you is, but yeah, have you ever seen the 50 Shades of Grey? That's me.
I haven't seen
I'm the female version. I'm the female version.
Oh my God.
I'm a missus, yes. But getting back to the topic, because I don't want to get banana because people are so basic in the comments.
Well, yeah.
That's why they have vanilla sex. You feel me? They can't get no chocolate sex. They get vanilla because they're so basic. All they get happy for is if a woman spread her legs and they lay on their back. That's all they know. You feel what I'm saying?
All right,
they don't know the upside, downside, anything, triple side, pretzel side, nothing. So I can't even talk about that shit because they so basic. Even you cornball looking ass.
Okay,
you
bro.
ain't even basic.
I'll tell you something. Oddly enough, as harsh as you were, indicating that I'm, I don't know what he said, I'm panhandling for the white man. There's a lot of folks in the comments agree with you. I don't know why they agree with that bullshit.
You always.
That's bullshit.
Yes, master.
Oh, wait.
Yes, master. I need that whip and change. I'm a house like the blackets and the brown maggots and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
No.
They all up in there. They all up in. Yes, master. You know the only reason why black maggots and the brown maggots voted for this idiot? Because they want to be white so bad. They thinking they're gonna be visited at his table. None of your ass is gonna be at his table.
Bullshit. They voted for Trump because they thought he was going to do it better with the economy than Biden.
Loans. The PE loans. Half the motherfuckers didn't even know that. Guess who gave them those loans? It wasn't the Republicans.
Hold on. I'm not saying, and thank you, Troubleman, for the hat and mustache. I appreciate that. I'm not saying that some voters may not have gotten duped by President Trump, but what I'm saying is there were legitimate reasons to vote for him. The guy promised a lot of good shit.
Hell?
The guy promised
a black man
compared to fuck that.
Voted for that man.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Come on,
Bullshit.
Come on, yes, master. Tell me what the legit reason for a black and brown man or a black and brown fucking woman voted for this man. What's a legit reason?
Well, first of all,
we can't stand our asses.
First of all, when you say black and brown woman, she was a bad candidate. You know I do that all the time. She was a bad candidate.
You know what?
No, let me tell you something.
Bad candidate.
She was a bad candidate. She was a bad.
She wasn't.
Bullshit.
Okay, let me bullshit this. You okay? Now I was trying to be nice. I really was trying to be nice. Now you got my thug coming out, and I'm gonna whoop your ass on God.
Why I gotta get whipped?
I told you next week I'm coming up there, and I want to meet your ugly, ratatouille looking rat. I want to meet you. I bet you're scary. You don't want to meet me. You know what? Cause my little skinny ass, I'll wallywop you. I'll wallywop you. That's why I can't marry a man like you. I cannot. Cause I'll go to jail on God. On my set, I'll go to jail.
You might like every inch, and I'm suggesting there may be a lot of them of a man like this. You might like every inch of this man. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I can't do the rowdy raccoony looking stuff. I cannot deal with the black man saying yes, master to me in the bedroom, but not into a white man that wants to unalive our ass.
You do know when the lights are out, a raccoon feels just like a pit bull. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I don't mess with rowdy raccoons. God, You know how many white came in my... Let me tell you something. I got black maggots in my inbox saying they'll turn me out, and I said, no. Then I got white tea man. I will show you the receipts telling me, I like your chocolate. Yeah, keep on wishing. Well, your maggots in your comments. Oh, I would love to. No, honey.
Are you hold on? Are you suggesting that after these shows, MAGA contacts you in direct message and they're trying to solicit?
They do. I have it. I got receipts.
Really?
I got receipts. Oh God.
Well, now you got a guest. Now you got a guest.
Yeah, he disrespects me. I'll terrorize his holy ass. On God.
Super Evil. Good evening, Super Evil. He dropped. Oh, there we go. Super Evil. What brings you up?
Man, gangsta grandma shit, man.
What the hell? Who is you?
We need some fucking baby oil.
No, we do not need no baby oil.
Yes, you do.
No, you not.
We need some fucking baby oil.
No, did he? Done it with me with baby oil. What's a whole swimming tub of baby oil?
Well, he's saying you're kind of rough around the edges. You're kind of wild, gangster.
I am rough around the edges. That's why you a punk. You could have handled me. You, Jim. Come on. Yes, master. You know, you bowed down to the white team, man. I could imagine.
Not only could I handle you, but I would replace the NyQuil in your life.
You cannot.
I would replace the NyQuil in your life.
Bad shit. You talk your big bad shit. But let me tell you something. You a whole wuss to all the little maggots. When they go after you on their lives, you don't have no kahunas. I got bigger balls than you, and I got a damn coochie.
Well, you got bigger balls than me because you know you liberals don't know what a woman is. So you got testicles.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know what a woman is.
You don't know what a woman is. That's what it is.
I don't know what a woman is. I'm a damn woman. What are you talking about? See, that's just why I cannot stand your ugly ass. That's why I know you're undercover maggot on God, because you be doing it. I don't know what a woman is. Oh, I like the fact that they didn't want women in girl sports. You know what that means, though? Do you know what that means?
It means that they're trying to.
Females cannot go into men's sports. Females, like my grandbabies, cannot play in boys' sports because of crap like you. I'm so scared of a trans woman.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that you would be in favor of letting a biological male that transitioned to a woman play in women's sports? Is that what you're telling me?
Why not?
Because you're going to fucking hurt somebody.
Calm the fuck down. You think women... Let me tell your asses something. Do you think women are pussies? Do you really think? Like my granddaughters would take your ass on in soccer and basketball and football. They are some tough ass women out here. Let your ass out.
You are why the liberals got their ass kicked by Trump.
I don't give a damn.
You're talking about right now is why the liberals got their ass kicked.
But there's no trans women in sports like that. One or two of them. They're mostly real women. I saw up and down. There was a real woman up in the Olympics. You guys saw up and down. There was a man.
One or two is too many.
She was a fucking female.
One or two too many. You don't want a woman playing against a man.
There's one or too many men going into female bathrooms and raping us. There's one or too many men going and beating our asses and unaliving us on TV.
And thank you for that travel, man. Appreciate that.
Get the hell out of here.
You are the reason the liberals got their ass kicked.
You men are the ones. You know why? That's why we pick a bear over you any day. I'll pick a bear over you any damn day. So miss me with the bullshit. There's more men out here that beat our asses, unalive us, and unalive our kids. We're not safe with your asses.
No, and you're right. And he's right. Not all men.
All men.
Not all men. So you say you'll pick a bear. You say you'll pick a bear over me. Does that bear identify as is that a dog identifying as a bear?
Over you? Over you Tim?
Is that a dog identifying as a bear, or is it a biological bear?
Tim. Let me tell you something. You are a whole punk at the end of the damn day. You a whole. I could turn you out and make you my bee at the end of the night. I'll make you my submissive.
Wow.
You know what I mean? No, Timmy. I'm not afraid of your ugly ass.
Not only would I hold on, let me say something. Not only would I accept that challenge, I would actually take a picture of your ass asleep and put it on TikTok. And let folks I would put a pole over your face. I would take a picture of you sleeping and put it on TikTok.
I still say I want that damn divorce, Tim. You ain't shit, Tim. You ain't shit.
Now you sound like my ex in divorce court, huh? Okay, I ain't shit. I heard it before.
I see why you.
Not to sound like Sunshine Anderson, but I heard it all before. Man. All right, Super, we're going to wrap it up, Super. The app dropped her as usual, you know, so she got taken down for some reason. So she wants to make me her bitch. My God.
I don't even see how.
I don't know. Let me ask you something, though, because I got into this whole spat with the whole fucking audience. Am I wrong in suggesting that black people can be racist?
I would say it depends on the person. It depends on what they have been through and what they are seeing and what has happened in their own lives. So that's how it goes.
So that's not a no, though. So in other words, it can. You're saying it depends, but you're saying under certain circumstances, a black person can be racist. Am I correct?
To a certain extent. So yeah.
Okay. I don't know why so many African Americans disagree with that. Why do you think so many blacks disagree with what I'm saying here?
Well, I would say going back to what Stick the Ruler says, you do fluff just a little.
Come on.
Just a little.
I got a woman threatening to turn me out. I got to fluff a little bit. Shit. She said she would turn me out and shove a dildo up my ass. I got to do something. I'm in the trenches here with black women. What the hell can I do? All right. I'm moving on, Super Evil. Guess the grandma got drunk.
I would say your best option to it is to talk to is Miss Mo.
Miss Mo Better. I get it. Yeah. Appreciate it, Super Evil. Thanks for coming through. All right, moving on. By the way, tap the screen, get us up to 70,000 if you will. Looking in the comments real quick, Handsome Conservatives, I see you. I work with a lot of diverse people, play football with school, college, white men. My boss, coach, okay, I don't know what you're saying there. Okay, Teddy Owens. Is it racist or is it focused hate? With an excuse either way, I think just as bad. I agree with that. Tim, stop this shit. Nobody came here for this weird flirting you all got going. Danny, look, I was being told I would get turned out. I had to respond to that. I couldn't just let that. No, excuse me. I couldn't let that go. Let me go back to the Handsome Conservative. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Are we great again yet? Now, you're conservative. Are we great again yet?
Okay. First of all, we're great again. Yes. Second of all, black people can be prejudiced. And if you don't believe that, that's black privilege. Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that.
Anything else I can help you? Now, you had a guy on here earlier talking about black Muslim women belong in the kitchen. I don't know what that was about, but
I didn't hear that.
I heard that.
Black?
Yeah, I heard it. I think he was trying to make a joke about me or something. I don't know. But is there anything else I can help you with?
As Miss Mobetta said in the comments, you said we are great again. Great in what way? Give me the parameters. What happened to make us great now that was not there before?
We're standing up. We're standing on our own 2 feet. We're taking on Iran with pretty much no help whatsoever. I mean, I'd say that's pretty great. We found our balls again.
We're taking on
got balls.
That's like, I don't know, Hulk Hogan taking on, the little midget from Fantasy Island, talking about we're taking them on with no help. America's a juggernaut compared to Iran. You want accolades for that?
What was it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the little midget from Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo. Yeah, you're telling me that taking on Iran.
I'm to see that.
You're telling me we should have needed help taking on Iran? We're 5 times the size of that country. We need help.
I didn't say we needed help. I said we're doing it on our own, and I think that's pretty cool. America's got his balls back. We got out of that panty waist time we were in with Biden and shit. And
so
now what
somebody hating on you, man. Somebody hate you. Ain't said shit. Somebody hating on you. So
that's all right. It's all good. I've got 4 more profiles ready. I'll be back as soon as they kick me.
Okay, so let me ask you, if what we're doing with Iran is so great, why isn't it over with yet? Why is it still going on? We should have been able to easily dispatch them, right?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know why it's not over yet. I know we've taken out their military, their ships, their planes. I do know that. I've watched that on the news. I'm guessing it's going to have something to do with the Strait. Honestly, that's what I'm guessing.
I don't.
But I wanted to tell you before you ask another question.
What do you got?
You said I was.
I totally
disagree
with you on Iran. But what's your question?
You said I was in your live earlier in the box, and you tried to bring me up.
Yeah.
I was on YouTube. I wasn't in your live. I had to take an update today on TikTok, so look for an update because I think it might be messing up.
I'll see what happens. I thought I saw your name in there. Okay, so my fault, my mistake on the oversight. But I disagree.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay, I disagree with you on what you said about Iran for the simple fact of we were told we were going to go over there for 3 reasons. 1, to prevent them from getting a nuclear bomb. 2, regime change, and Trump said he wanted us to have say-so in who they put in. And 3, to stop their citizens from being slaughtered for protesting. Do you think we're going to successfully accomplish those goals?
Well, the way I look at it is this. 1, I hope we do prevent their citizens from being slaughtered, because that I don't know anybody who wants that. 2,
I disagree.
Did we get their nuclear material? I mean, the shit that they use to make the nuclear weapons, because as far as I know, we haven't gone in.
Right. So does it appear that we're going to actually meet those goals? We got a ceasefire going on right now, and we haven't met any of those goals. Right now, we're in the middle of a ceasefire, and we haven't, not one of those stated goals have we met.
I don't know if we're going to meet those goals if we don't go in. That's why me and you've had this conversation before. If we don't go in, how are we going to know that they're being honest with the nuclear material that they have? I mean, these things are based on having to go in. So when I saw Trump do that, I saw Trump bring in the troops and stuff, I thought we were going in.
I'm laughing because somebody in the comments, Honey Dipsy put dunce in an arrow. Anyway, oh my God. Let me ask this. So in other words, if we don't.
Wait, who was that? What Democrat was that?
I'm sure it was. You said a Democrat. Honey Dipsy put dunce, and he got a bunch of lights and an arrow leading to your picture. I haven't seen that before. It was kind of funny.
I love you too, hon.
So let me ask you though, if we don't meet any of those goals and we end up some kind of way negotiating a ceasefire with Iran, will you agree that was a failure going over there?
Oh man, if we don't get any of those things done,
regime change.
I know I'm going to get yelled at for this. I'm going to get yelled at by the MAGA and the Republicans. But yeah, I'm going to have to say it would be a failure. If we don't go in and do what we said we were going to do, then yeah, I'm going to have to be honest about it. Because walking away after all of this is just going to give Trump a black eye. I mean, he's going to lose his base. I got to be fair.
You think my beloved MAGA would abandon Trump over this? I mean, $1 billion a day, by the way. That war's costing, but they're estimating between $1 and $2 billion a day. But you think MAGA would abandon Trump over just this?
I think that the hardcore MAGA that are going on what Trump says we're going to do over there. If he is to turn tail and leave without getting any of that accomplished, yeah, I think it's going to turn some people away from him. Honestly, I mean, come on, I really want that hat too. Damn it, I like that hat.
The MAGA hat?
I don't even own one.
We got MAGA hats. I got Trump's right hats. We got MAGA hats laying all over here. I ain't been able to wave as many of them because he ain't been right about as much as he used to be. But I used to give him credit when he was getting shit right. It's just lately it's been a bit rough for him. But okay, so
what was going on with you? You were talking earlier about Trump's got some ships coming out or something like that.
I run it by you. This is the laundry list of things that our president has had named after him. And I see in the comments, Denkel said we were already in Iran under Obama. He's talking about the Obama deal that Trump basically trashed. I think at this point, before I read this list to you, conservative, I think at this point, a lot of America, and probably even behind the scenes, the Trump administration would be happy to get us back to where we were during the Obama deal. They would be happy to get us right back to where we were, just have Trump's name on it. That's because that's really the only reason it got trashed, is because it was named after Obama.
So you think that it's going to wind up being basically the Obama deal again?
Yeah. They're going to make some kind of deal to be...
Fair enough.
They're going to make some kind of deal to behave, and Trump is just going to put his stamp on it, and suddenly it'll be better. You know, you ever fall on your head and a kiss, suddenly the pain goes away? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the same deal, but because Trump kissed the boo-boo, MAGA's going to be like, all right, we okay now. That's what it's going to be, the same deal. They're going to agree to cooperate. It's going to be the same shit they did with Obama.
I don't know, man. I think he's going to end up having. We've gone so far. If we don't accomplish what he said we were going to accomplish, I'm thinking about the people who've died. You know, that's not going to sit well. To just walk away.
I don't disagree with you, but I do believe that at the end of the day, it's going to be the Obama deal. I think that, because what did I give you those three different parameters? Regime change, where we get some say-so in it, protecting the protesters, and making sure we're not going to go over there and take their uranium, not without a serious firefight. And there's no way to permanently protect the protesters unless you're going to occupy the fucking country. So most of the stuff he's suggesting that he wants to achieve, unless you're going to have some kind of drawn-out occupation, that's not going to happen.
Well, I got a question. What about putting the original president back in, or their ex-king, or whatever they had? I saw him on the news the other day on BBC. The guy that was in running Iran before it became a religious extremist.
At this point, I think any leader you put in Iran that is favorable to the United States, where Trump is going on the world stage bragging and he put the guy in, they're going to treat him just like Afghanistan treated Hamid Karzai. They'll run him out of the fucking country. America is such a great enemy to the Iranian people right now. Any leader that looks like he's playing ball with America will be a traitor. I mean, they're not going to accept anybody that Trump is going around bragging that he put in. And you know Trump's going to brag about that. The minute that gets out, that dude got to go.
All right. Well, I mean, like I said, I just don't see. It could go either way, but I don't see us at least not finding out about the nuclear material. I mean, that's just my opinion. But what about these ships you were talking about?
And real quick before we talk about the ships, I'll just say this: the best way what we're talking about can be done is if Trump operates behind the scenes. He gets a favorable leader in there to the West, but he does it behind the scenes. He don't go on the internet and brag about it and talk all kinds of shit. We know that's not Trump's MO, so that ain't gonna happen. This is what we're talking about. Okay, there's been a bunch of shit that Trump has had named after himself, and I'll get to the ships. Starting out with the fact that I want to play this for you real quick, because this is part of what we're talking about. I don't think you were here earlier, but I think the internet will say it a little bit. If I can find a clip, it'll say it better than I can. Hopefully I may have lost it down. There we go. This is
President is adding a picture of Trump to newly issued American passports. The inside cover of new limited edition passports during the America 250 celebration period will feature Trump's second inaugural portrait superimposed over the Declaration of Independence, as well as the president's signature in gold. This is a breaking story, so follow.
So Trump's face is going to be on the inside of passports that are issued from now on. In addition to that,
hilarious.
Yeah, but it's real. In addition to that, we know the Kennedy Memorial, Trump's name is on that. There's a Trump dollar coin coming out. His face on one side, an eagle on the other side. His signature is going to be on paper currency. Trump naval vessels, Trump class battleships is what we're talking about. They're going to be naming battleships after Trump. There is the F-47 jet they're working on that goes after Trump's designation as the 47th president. Trump RX, the drugs. Trump savings account for kids. Trump National Park Pass now features his face on it, saluting. And of course, they're renaming Palm Beach International Airport after President Trump due to Ron DeSantis down there making it happen. How do you feel about a living president getting all this stuff named after himself?
Well, let's take this one step at a time. First of all, the passport. Can you imagine all the Democrats walking around with a Trump passport?
No,
funny.
But you know what? I can see you laughing at that. But imagine you're in the Middle East somewhere and you're taken hostage, and they don't know what country you come from, and they have to, when they take your passport off of you at gunpoint, they open it up and see that. You think you'd feel safe with that terrorist standing over you with a gun and you hand him a picture of Trump's face? So I'm just saying, we can laugh at the Democrats.
Funny now.
Yeah, it ain't funny all of a sudden you start going.
Now.
Yeah, it ain't funny you start going to all these countries that hate Trump, and now you're in trouble.
Right. Now, the coin. I think we've done things like this with coins before. Wasn't there like a Native American woman on a coin or something like that?
I don't think we've ever put a person. I don't think we've ever put a living person's face on a coin.
Oh, okay, all right. You might be right.
Yeah.
I do know that we've had ships named after like Reagan and shit like that.
I don't think we've ever put a living person's name on a ship.
Okay, so your problem is that he's alive.
My problem is he's doing this shit himself. It's not an honor to a great former leader. He is doing it himself. That's what the problem is. He is naming the country after himself.
I would say he's a hell of a salesman, isn't he?
No,
he's just putting himself all over the place.
A salesman is somebody that convinces you to do something that they want you to do. He ain't convincing nobody. He's doing it himself. He's naming shit after himself. He's selling.
I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's kind of funny, except for the passport, because, you made me think about somebody getting killed like that. But it's not that big a deal. It's a couple of planes, a couple of ships. People walking around and buying Little Debbie cakes with a Trump $2 bill. I mean, come on.
Don't you believe some of these honors have to be earned? I mean, he's going to be right up there with George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham. Do you think he's really in that category?
I think he is the best president that we've had since Clinton.
So he's better than Bush, better than Obama and Biden. Okay, I might disagree with you, but that's a very short time period. You're talking about he's the best president in the last 20 years. That ain't saying much.
That's what I got. That's what I got, man. I'm reaching in a bag. That's what I got.
You reaching deep. In the comments, Evil B Babu says, I will only use Trump coins at dumb, stupid laundromats. He is a waste of time. How to use those coins for the MAGA holes. I don't know.
Are you telling me you can't wait to see the videos on TikTok of people doing stupid shit with Trump coins and shit like that? Man, it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious. It's like the $2,000 check syndrome that they went through when they got the check and it had his name on it. It's going to be funny.
But I get all of the humor and how it's going to be funny. But I'm going to tell you this, conservative. Our country used to stand for something. We used to be someone people took seriously. All of this comedy, it's like at some point, if you're at your job, your boss tells you, you're here to fucking work and make us a success. You're not here to be a comedian. This is not what your job is to be telling jokes all the time. The economy's in the tank right now. People can barely afford rent and gas and groceries. There's nothing funny. That's all he seems to be good at is telling jokes. Then go do a stand-up circuit. Get the fuck out the White House. Wait till things are going well before you start telling jokes. Is that too much to ask?
All right. Well, look, I do think our country stands for something. First of all, shit is expensive. Nobody's going to deny that.
You just stated people are going to be making jokes off the money.
I think America still has its balls.
America's
still a tough country.
You just indicated people are going to be making fun of our currency. I mean, now our currency, the U.S. dollar is the standard around the world. Putting his face on it. I mean,
People make fun of currency in Canada and the UK and everywhere else.
And we make fun of all those countries. And we make fun of all those countries you just named. Whoa.
No, their currency, because it's plastic and it's got like different collars on it and shit. People make fun of that all the time.
My fishing, I want to say thank you for that sheep limb. That was awesome. Thank you. I don't know. I just think at some point we got to get back to. I don't think we're being taken as seriously worldwide as you do. I think people are looking at us as a laughing stock. I mean, they see what's going on in this country, the division, the statements and shit that's happening.
Well, I'll agree with you about the division. I will agree with you about the division. I don't think we've ever been more divided in our life than the last 20 years. I'll be honest with you.
But yet you say he's the best president? Divided. You say the guy who's the most divisive?
For the Republican Party, he is. Just like Obama was the best president for the Democratic Party in the past couple of years. I mean, yeah, for the party that he's in, he's the best president. I mean, I can't say Biden because Biden was picked way too late in his life to be running the country. But, Obama was a great president for the Democrats. I think Trump is a great president for the Republicans.
Let me ask you something else then. We'll move on. Have you heard that Jim Comey has been indicted by the Trump administration? Have you heard about this?
I heard you talk about it, but I know zero about it.
The monitor behind me features a picture of Comey, obviously, and it's 8647. He tweeted this out. It's rocks on a sandy beach, forming the numbers 8647, indicating, at least to some folks' interpretation, that this means you want to 86 the 47th president. The Trump administration has charged him with threats to kill the president, major felony, obviously, and a second felony is that he tweeted it out over a communication device because he posted it online. Two major felonies they're trying to indict this guy for. These carry football numbers in prison. Do you think it's a legit charge?
And let me get this straight. He wants to off 86.
That's what there's. No, Jim Comey never said it meant that. The Trump administration, the DOJ is saying that that's what this means.
That's tough. If he really tweeted that out, yeah. I mean, if as far as I know, 86 means like taking somebody out.
This could be a combination or an address. Hansel, conservative?
It could be, but dude, come on, man. I've seen a lot of people like, I'm going to 86 this person. I mean, yeah. I mean, if he did it, and I don't,
he did do it. He did do it. He actually did tweet it out.
Well, then, yeah, it's a legitimate charge.
So then I gotta ask you.
That's talking about killing somebody.
Okay, so then I have to ask you what I asked earlier in the show. If you see that as a legitimate charge because he tweeted that out, do you see President Trump needing to be charged because he tweeted this out? Biden hogtied in the back of a trunk of a car.
No, that's just a picture on somebody's truck, dude. That's not.
And this is not a picture of rocks on the
sand. Tying somebody up.
So this is not just a picture of rocks in the sand.
It's a picture of somebody being tied up.
No,
that doesn't mean there's no knife to his throat. There's no gun to his head. There's no. I'm going to kill the guy.
There's nothing in these numbers either. These numbers don't show anybody being killed.
Okay, so am I wrong? Just tell me, am I wrong? Does 86ing somebody not mean taking them out? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I took it the wrong way.
No, the problem is 8647 could be somebody's address. It could be the last four digits of somebody's phone number he wanted to remember. If he says this didn't mean that he wanted anybody to be taken out, those numbers could be a combination. It could be anything. There's no proof beyond a reasonable doubt that he sent this out in effort to talk about killing somebody.
All right, fair enough. I mean, if there's reasonable doubt, I'll give it to you. I'm looking at the 86. I'm not looking at the 47. So I'll give it to you. Reasonable doubt. I just think I'm pretty sure I heard 86ing somebody meant taking them out.
Yeah, I've heard. Well, Mike came on the program earlier and indicated that 86 originated from the restaurant community. 86 and taking something off the menu. I didn't know that, but people do use 86
well,
in
it
reference.
Kind of does too. He is kind of right. 86 means all. In slang, 86ing somebody means taking them out. In the restaurant business, 86, I think, means that we're out of something or something like that. It depends on what context you mean it in.
But and that's the problem, is trying to prove that the context of this number specifically means taking out Trump. There's no way you could prove that. There's absolutely no way you can prove that.
You're right. You're right. You can't prove it. That's fair. Either way, man, I'm gonna go. But I've really enjoyed your show tonight. You've had some awesome content.
Thank you.
Support your local liberal. You rock, man.
Appreciate it. Conservative, thanks for coming through. By the way, tap the screen. I like the accolades like that. Thank you very much, Conservative. Feel free to drop a hat or mustache on your host. You know what we always ask. If you're watching us on YouTube, I need you to smash that like button. By the way, the ongoing poll that we have on YouTube. Do you believe the Lego videos more than our government? We're now at 97 votes. 71% says yes. In the comments, for you folks who can't see the poll on these other platforms, yes or no? Yes or no? What is your answer to that question? Do you believe the Lego videos more than our own government? Yes or no? I'm sure all of you seen them, and they're dropping them like every fucking day. Some of them are funny. Some of them are actual bangers. I think one pilot, $100 million. That was a banger. Some of the songs are actually pretty fucking good. Good beats and everything. Everybody's saying yes. Wow. Everybody believes the Lego videos more than they believe Trump. One individual said, hell no. Freedom Fighter said he doesn't believe them more. But most of you folks seem to believe the Lego video. Like I said, some of them songs are bangers. There's a couple of them I'm like, that's a dope-ass beat. I mean, the hook and everything is pretty good. So whoever's made... In fact, there was one guy, I can't think of his name, Persia Boy or something like that. He did a live, and was taking questions. You could see his face, and I'm thinking, like, you really want to put your face out there like that? I mean, you sure you ain't got some Messiah living down the street or some shit? I would not put my face out there if I was making these Lego videos. But he was talking about, we got one coming out with RFK soon, and that RFK one is funny as hell. But when I was watching him, he said, we got one coming out with RFK tomorrow about the worm in the brain and things. And it came out the next day on his page. Funny as hell. Some of you folks may have seen the one with Cash Patel where one eye is bulging and leaking fluid. This shit is crazy. This shit is funny. Anyway, looking in the comments though, Bald, shut down your program, motherfucker, says Norman Bates. All right, Norman, thank you for your input. We're not shutting the program down, though. Thank you. This caller is a feeble-ass, dumb, stupid, fifth grade level motherfucker, says something. You guys are mean on YouTube. My uncle used to say 86 when he wanted something thrown out. Like I said, even if it means that, even if people use that in conjunction with taking somebody out, to get a jury to view this as what the Trump administration is saying beyond a reasonable doubt, it's crazy. There's just no way you can make that happen. But what I find really odd, and I'll go to the next caller, tap the screen, get us on up to 85,000 if you will. Let your thumbs not be lazy. Tap the screen, get the likes up, smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube. What I find really weird is conservative, just like MAGA reacts, both of them looked at the 8647 and they were able to at least agree of the connection of Comey allegedly wanting to threaten Trump to some degree. But then they look at the picture of Biden hogtied in the back of a pickup truck and they see nothing. Even though this is far more detailed and explanatory. I mean, you literally see ropes around Biden's ankles, arms, and chest. This they couldn't make out as well as 8647 a bunch of stones laying in the sand. I just don't understand that. They can see it on the 8647, but an actual detailed picture of President Biden with ropes on it, I don't know. Looking in the comments here, I will only use Trump's coins at the dump. Oh, I saw that already. Real quick, tap the screen. Let me try to miss anything here. How much money does the USA owe the world again? Last I seen was $39 trillion. Yeah, but at the end of the day, America's the muscle. I mean, there's only so much they can do to get the money. I mean, it ain't like you're gonna. We owe you. We owe you. You know, we'll pay you when we get around to it. Ain't nothing they can do. But I get your point. We are deep in debt. You can't do people dirty and not expect anything to come your way. I agree with that 100%. Let me go back to the box. Are we at 80,000? Tap the screen, get the lights on up. Travelman, good evening. Welcome to the program. China's going to come and take the money. No, they're not going to come and take it. They'll find other ways to try to fuck up our economy, but they're not. I mean, even though China has the numbers, it still would be a ridiculous amount of casualties. Travelman, good evening.
Hey, what's going on, Tim? How was your vacation?
It was good. It was good. I went to what do you call it? The Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. Had a good time. Good time.
Yeah, I like cruising, man. I was in the Navy, so I love long cruises.
But the accommodations were not as good in the Navy.
No, hell no. No, not at all. So what you talking about tonight, Tim?
Well, we were discussing. You just saw me talking about they've indicted James Comey again.
Malicious prosecution. It ain't going anywhere.
I don't think it is either, because
that's malicious.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's malicious prosecution. They're determined to get this guy on something, but they can't come up with it. We got a bunch of earth biscuits up in the DOJ.
Earth biscuits. That's a new one.
Yes, sir.
I don't see how some of these folks that are following through with these prosecutorial requests from Trump, because that's where they're coming from. Trump is telling these people to go after these folks. I don't see how they don't lose their law licenses after this is over with. You know these are bullshit prosecutions as an attorney. Why are you following through with this shit?
I wouldn't be surprised if you did see some censoring going on from the Bar Association on some of these clowns. You know, basically all this BS they're talking. You know, MAGA is just a comprised of a bunch of buffet militia and what's the other one they are? Just a bunch of clowns. That's all. Well, a bunch of snowflakes. They can't take anything. They're a bunch of snowflakes.
Not all of them, right? I mean, there's some legit MAGA that wanted the economy better.
MAGA is snow. If you a MAGA, you're a snowflake. Ain't none of that some shit. No, you're a damn snowflake.
All of them?
I'm sorry.
All of them?
Every last one of them. Because if you ask MAGA, you just proved it. You just proved it, Tim. You showed them the Jim Comey thing, and then you showed them Biden tied up in the back of it. Come on, man.
Hey, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know how I could get folks that would look at the Biden thing and think that's okay, but the rocks in the sand forming the numbers 8647 are bad.
And then you got to have them. You ask them something about this dude is putting his name on everything. None of that stuff is done while a president is in office.
Right.
Okay. You do have I think we got the George Bush. I think we got a carrier named after W. You know, I could be wrong.
No, I think there's an HW. I don't. You think
it's an HW? Yeah, I know it's an HW, but I'm not sure if W has one or not. But normally that stuff is done when they leave office.
Posthumously. It's normally posthumously. They're normally dead by the time it happens.
No, not normally. They can be alive. You know, they can be alive.
Give me an example of somebody who had it named after them while they were alive.
What about the Carl Vinson?
Who?
The Carl Vinson, CBN 71.
I'm not a.
No, CBN 70, I think.
I'm not Navy, so I can't.
So I don't know. I don't know if he was alive or not.
Yeah,
I think Ford. Well, Ford is the new one, so we know he gone. Nimitz. I don't know if Admiral Nimitz was alive when the ship was originally named after him. I'm not sure. I don't think it was, but you know, you got the Abraham Lincoln, of course, not the George Washington.
The Carl Vinson, according to the internet, Carl Vinson was named. It was commissioned in 1982, named Gold Eagle. I don't know when he died though, but it says it was named after.
I don't either.
Yeah, he was.
But the bottom line is, Tim, none of this stuff is done while presidents are in office. Okay, this dude is slapping his name on everything. Now he want to put his name on the passport, and the handsome conservative is like, oh well, you know, just a couple of ships. Those ships cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, and by the way, looking on the internet, Carl Vinson, that ship was named after him about a year after he died, so he was dead when that happened. Yeah.
Okay, but was he alive when it was christened?
Well, it says it was commissioned in 82, so I don't know.
Commissioned, but I don't know. Okay.
You mean when they smashed the bottle against it?
No. When they christened it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, when they christened
that I don't know.
Commission and christen is two different ones.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, that stuff, you know, the what is it, the F-47? You're talking billions of dollars. Why do we want to have a fighter jet named after a draft dodger?
Ooh.
Why do we want to have a battleship named after a draft dodger?
Ooh.
Why is that?
I don't have an answer.
I don't understand
it. I don't have an answer for that.
They need to change it.
I would say also too right now. I mean, when you're seeing what the Ukraine, Iran, and now Russia are doing with drones, is it worth the money to keep building these man-powered aircraft? I mean, drones.
Well, yeah. Well, you know that projects that's a power projection. The carrier is the tip of the spear. By the way, I just texted with my cousin the other night. She's on the USS Ford. So they have been out to sea. When I say out to sea, they have been deployed for 300 days.
Wow, it's almost a
300
year.
days.
Almost
that
a year.
shows you how jacked up the DOD is. When you take a carrier from the Med, send it to the Caribbean, and then send it back to the Med, I've never seen anything like that.
That's a long.
And I've been associated with the Navy since 1980. I was on the Nimitz. The Nimitz has the longest consecutive days at sea, which was 147 consecutive days. The USS New Jersey battleship was deployed for almost a year. Okay, they had to cross deck the crew. Okay, and that was during Beirut and all that stuff was going on. These clowns have had these people out to sea for 300 days.
Damn.
And I can guarantee you there's going to be, the recruiting is going to go down. The divorce rate is going to go up. I can guarantee it.
And I see the comments, right when you were saying the recruiting is going to go down and the divorce rate is going to go up, Work the Shark was asking, what is your point? That is his point. You're fucking up these people's lives. That's the point.
I was on the Nimitz when they did it. I was on the Nimitz when they pulled back in. Did 100. They did that cruise. Then they backed it up when Sadat got assassinated. They was right back out there, and their retention rate was low, and their divorce rate was high. I was on that.
Yeah, being deployed for almost a year. That's crazy.
You know, we pulled in March, and we were back on the Med in November, and that included workups. And workups was 5 weeks each. Okay, so that's it. So once again, though, it goes back to why do we need our defense systems, our weapon systems, our jets, our ships named after a draft dodger? Okay, right now, you got Germany, the Chancellor of Germany saying that the Iran is making our government look stupid.
In what way?
That's what the Chancellor of Germany said. Because we haven't been, You ever heard that?
No, I'm saying, but in what way is Iran making us look stupid is the question I'm asking.
Well, think about it. Think about it. We're the most powerful military in the world. We have pretty much, what did they say, obliterated everything.
Yeah.
But the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down how long now? And if it stays shut down longer, okay, not only this is what Trump has done. Okay, our economy is not good. Would you say that? I'm not
I think
saying
everybody would say that.
like that.
I think everybody would say
okay, it's
that.
not good.
Right.
Now, the Europe economy, the EU, their economy is starting to be affected. They're running out of jet fuel. So their economy is starting to be affected.
I've heard
That's
that.
what the chancellor from Germany is saying, hey, this is jacked up. So we got that going on. So that's two parts of the world. Now go over to the third part of the world, the Middle East. Look at the number of countries, about 6 Gulf states that was attacked by Iran, whose infrastructure has been damaged. So that's 3 parts of the world that our president has jacked up.
I heard the UAE is talking about dropping out of OPEC. So
they did.
Yeah.
They're not talking about it. They did. So come on. But what are we going to end up with? Like you just said, we're going to end up with the same thing that he pulled out of in 2018 with the JCPOA. The reason we're in this situation right now is because Trump did the same thing with the JCPOA that he did with a lot of the treaties that he pulled out of his first term. Go look at all the treaties he pulled out of, and none of them was replaced. Except this was a big one. He pulled out of it. Iran stayed following the treaty for about a year, and then I think once we took out Soleimani, that's when they started enriching their uranium at a higher level.
Yeah. And that's what I said. I've said this many times on the live is that even if you think we were in bad deals, as Trump made it sound, NAFTA's bad, the Obama deal's bad, and things like that, the fact is we gave our word. I mean, even though it was done under Obama or Clinton or Biden or somebody you don't like, people see us as America. They don't look at us as, well, Clinton or Obama or Trump. So if America agrees to do something like with the Iran deal, they made a deal with America. They didn't make a deal with Obama. They made a deal with America. So when Trump came along and broke the Iran deal, you're not breaking Obama's deal. You're breaking America's word. And I don't think a lot of MAGA realize that, because now it's a deal of, okay, so let's say Trump gets some kind of deal with Iran. First question they ask is, how do we know the next president is not going to think it's a dumb deal just like you just thought with Obama's? You've now shown us that your word is only as good as the current president. And I think that's where MAGA should have been like, hold on. MAGA was totally okay with him breaking that deal. You're not breaking Obama's deal. You're breaking America's word. And now folks are not going to trust us. We've shown them that we may just break out of deals, but the next guy may get in there and say some of the deals Trump made are bad. So why sign on a dotted line with America in any way, shape, or form when the next guy may just bounce out of it? I don't know why they don't see that.
But and it's not just that, though, Tim. Yes, it's America, but it was 10 other countries involved in that. So not only have we turned our back, not only did we pull out of that, we screwed over the Kurds. When we jacked them, he pulled out for supporting them. They were in negotiation twice. Once I think it was in Qatar or Oman. They was in negotiation in Israel. Our country bombed them. The second time they were on there, and the guy from Oman was like, "Looks like we got a deal." And the next day, Trump went in and started doing the thing to Iran. I mean, just take a look at it.
Well,
MAGA believes all that bullshit. Like this statement right here. We have been at war. We have been at war with Iran since 1979. Get the hell out of here, okay? And the same one that was on here earlier talking about, well, maybe they need to bring the guy back whose father was the Shah.
Yeah, I heard somebody say.
Why the hell do they want this dude to come back when they ran his father out of freaking the country? He had cancer. He died 6 months later. The Ayatollah had cancer. He was going to probably be unalived in about another 3 or 4 months because he was stage 4. I mean, you can't fix stupid. MAGA is stuck on stupid.
Speaking of stupid, I got this comment to read to you. Stupid BV66. Listen to this comment. He says, bro, we ain't going to keep a deal with somebody who says they're going to annihilate another country with nuclear weapons goofy. So he's saying that Trump. That
Who said that? Who said that?
This is somebody in the comments saying that that's the reason that Trump got out of the
What's
deal.
his name?
His name is Goofy. His name is Goofy.
Yeah, it's aptly. That's an apt name. Okay, that is an apt name. I'm tired of this bullshit. Oh, they've been talking about death to America and all this. They've been saying that shit since 1979, and nobody. It's a thing called mutual assured destruction. That's what keeps these other countries from using nukes, because they know if you shoot a nuke off at my country, you're going to annihilate mine. Or in the Mango Maniac's words, you're going to obliviate my country.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But go ahead.
I'm just saying. You know, they talk all this stuff. They've been saying death to America for years and years. They've done
I'm going to tell you, once Trump said on Tuesday a whole civilization will die tonight, never to return, we lost any future discussion of death to America. He said the same shit back to them at that point. So
who says that? Who says that?
Well, I'm just telling you, once President Trump said that, which is essentially when you say the whole civilization is going to die in a single day, the only way to do that is with a nuclear bomb. So we have now threatened to use nukes on Iran. So bringing up death to America is irrelevant from this point on.
Trump is not a leader. He isn't a leader. He is not respected in the world. People think, MAGA thinks he's respected because people think he's damn crazy as hell. There's a difference. And the organization would be a reflection of the leader. Look at our country right now and look at our leader, and you will see where we're at.
Well, let me ask you this last question before we move it on, before we get out of here. Melissa K says, this should have been done 7 presidents ago. How do you respond to that?
The reason it wasn't done is because of the situation that we're in right now. You sitting your ass over there Monday morning quarterbacking about what should have been done 7 presidents ago. Hello, there's a reason it wasn't done, because the generals and the war planners thought it wasn't a good idea and what it would take. Now, once we finish this, unless we put Army or Marine Corps in Iran
indefinitely,
it ain't gonna work.
Indefinitely, we'd have to occupy that country for a while to make this work.
How are we going to go get the uranium? How are we going to get it? We got to send troops, and that's something that's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. So do people think that the Iranians are going to sit around for 6 to 8 weeks while we go over there and dig 600 feet underground to get that shit out of there? They just go do Trump admin. They think that everybody is as stupid as MAGA. Okay, the rest of the world don't have head up Trump's ass syndrome. They have look at this fool syndrome, because that's what our country looks like right now.
I'll leave it at that, Travel Man. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming through. Oh shit, my damn knee kicked out. I appreciate it. Oh, that didn't feel good. Thank you. All right, moving on with the program. Right. Yeah, God damn, that did not feel good. Listen, the 7 presidents comment from Melissa. I think what my last guest said is true. Look, there's a lot of presidents that probably think or thought we need to do more with Iran than we did. But as my last caller rightfully pointed out, there's a reason why they did not do it. It's because Iran has options. Just like there are people who probably thought we should have done more with North Korea, but they're a nuclear nation. They have options that you don't want to deal with. Iran is not nuclear, but they have options. And President Trump appears to have went into Iran, and they either he didn't take the advice from the generals and from the military brass that would have pointed out the options that Iran has, or they just didn't know. But Trump made it clear that he didn't do homework when he indicated the war would be over within 2 to 4 weeks. When he indicated we would have regime change and we would control who it would be. Obviously, the goals, the stated goals coming from the Trump administration with Iran, those are not all going to be met. It's pretty certain that all of that stuff is not going to be met. So when folks ask, well, why didn't we do this 7 presidents ago? It's because the other presidents were smart enough to know there's only so much of this shit we can do. Trump thought he could be Superman, could make it all happen. And he, unlike the other 7 presidents, is going to have the failure on his record. They don't have that. He's going to have that. So now he's going to have the same similar stain that George W. Bush has. You got involved in an optional war, and the results were not optimal. He's going to end up having that on his record. Unless, like I said, unless somehow, some way, he is able to meet his stated goals. And what makes Trump's more egregious is that he likes to talk and be vocal and transparent about what he wants. So you can actually look back and say, no, you said you were going to do these things. You can't claim success if you didn't do what you told us you were there to do, which is prevent Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, regime change with you having say-so in who they put in, and to stop them from slaughtering their own citizens. You said this ahead of time. You're on record saying it. If you don't accomplish those goals, you didn't succeed. Don't try to sell us some lesser version of success, which is almost guaranteed to happen. Almost guaranteed we're going to leave Iran in some different state. Trump's going to be trying to sell that as a success without those 3 original goals being met. We're not going to meet all those goals. We're not. And he's going to be trying to tell you that it's still successful. Anyway, looking at it in the comments here, Trump is going to make his goals. Unless you leave it there, Trump is going to make his goals. Well, first of all, let's be clear. Congress has to speak in the next few days. Next week, Congress has to, I think, is it next week or is it this week? Congress has to actually vote on whether or not they're going to let this continue. So he's got to get past that first. Congress may, if he loses the votes, this could end. This could end. I see in the comments, Work the Shark says Trump will succeed. Trust. Yeah, he's going to succeed. 100% guaranteed Trump is going to succeed because he is going to tell you what success looks like. For you, what he states is success will be success, even if it has nothing to do with meeting his actual stated goals. He's going to stop at some point, say that's a success, and you're going to say, yay, we won, no matter what it is. You guys are celebrating attacking Venezuela, attacking Iran, threatening to attack Cuba, threatening to take Greenland, when you were celebrating America first and no more endless wars. So whatever he does, you're going to say it's a success. Yeah, he's going to be a success to you. I guarantee he's going to be a success to you. He's going to tell you I succeeded, and you're going to say, yes, he did. It doesn't matter what the outcome of it is. Look, you could literally be starving, and he tell you here you're currently full right now, and you'll say, yes, I'm no longer hungry. Even though you're showing skin and bones. Whatever he tells you, you're just going to buy it. So, yeah, he's going to succeed, guaranteed. Trump is shifting on us literally from a plane, and that's funny. Boy, you said Trump is shitting on us literally from a plane. Yeah, that's what he posted, by the way. Tap the screen and get us on up to 110, if you will. I'm waiting for the fabulous spinoff story Trump has for the size that gets through. You're going to get a spinoff story from Trump. I guarantee when we are done with Iran, Trump is going to be painting it as a success without those 3 original goals being met. Guaranteed. No, even if we just flew back over and dropped some more bombs, and we can now feel assured that the buried uranium is buried so deep they can't get it. Some shit like that. It's obliterated. They can't use it anymore. It'll be something like that. But the original stated goals he gave you are not going to be met, but he's going to tell you it was still a success, and my beloved MAGA are going to be celebrating. That's how it's going to go. Looking in the comments, somebody says he always wins in court. You haven't been following his court cases to say that. And Handsome will go deep. We got our balls back. Trump's only goal is catching a nap before a diaper change. Damn, David, that's awful. Tell us about the bankruptcy of the casinos Trump fucked over. I still can't wrap my head around how you go bankrupt with a casino. Bleed it dry. Just because the casino went bankrupt doesn't mean Trump didn't make a bunch of money. Maybe he was skimming too much off the top. He could be bleeding it dry. You never know. You don't, I mean, look, regardless of how his businesses were doing, wasn't his wealth continuing to go up? Looking in the comments here real quick before we go to the next caller. Tap the screen, get the likes on up. M Dub, one of my subs. Good evening, M Dub. Welcome to the program. None of you even know the actual reality of what's happening in the world economics as because of this. We know the world is telling us what Trump is saying is not true. We know that the affordability that Trump promised us is not happening. You don't need to be an economics major to know that his promise of what gas would be versus what it is not true. You only need to know a very little bit to know what he promised and what's happening or not measuring up. M-Dub, good evening.
Good evening, man. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, sir. Loud and clear. What am I getting wrong?
You ain't getting too much wrong today, man. I'm just tripping off this. I think your first question, what was the great again or whatever it was, and why Trump can't take whatever, that type of stuff.
You got some kind of your audio is you got some kind of loose mic or something. Your audio is going in and out. Now you're gone completely. I'll give him a second because he had been on hold for a while. I'll see if he can fix it. The gas prices will go down this Memorial Day. It always do, no matter who's president. So that ain't got nothing to do with him then. So look, he promised gas would be cheap. Now you're blaming it on a holiday and saying it's just a cycle where it always happens. What about the promises he made? Memorial Day is coming. So what happens when gas normally goes up in the winter? That's going to happen too, huh? So in other words, Trump ain't got nothing to do with it. Huh? Is that what you're telling me? I don't know where to go with that. And by the way, M-Dub, you dropped out, so I don't know what happened there. Give it 2 weeks. Straight Talk. Yeah, Straight Talk said the gas prices will be in the $1.90 some odd cent range by now. That didn't happen. Takesha Boyd. Good evening, Takesha.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
I'm hanging in here. I don't know what. Are we great yet?
Child, please. I'm finna help them, Doug, because I know exactly what he was finna say. When handsome conservatives said, yes, we're great because we're standing up now. Because we done got rid of the ships and the folks, Navy and Tim, I ain't trying to be funny, but Trump put up a blockade and Iran is still going through the blockade, getting their oil and taking it and bringing it right back out to them. So what's the purpose of the blockade, Tim?
I don't know. I think the purpose of this stuff is to tell us here in America how things are going and paint a rosier picture than what's really happening. I'm kind of like, I asked this question on YouTube. Do you believe the Lego videos more than our government? I got 145 respondents so far. 69% of them says yes. I'm at the point.
That's my news source, Tim. And I'm going to tell you why it's my news source. Because Donald Trump, after Iran said they were going to meet with, who was in the middle of the deal?
Thank you.
Who was that?
Nagario, appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you. What were you saying?
They were going to meet with the prime minister, right? And then they said, we're not talking to America. We're going to meet with them, and we're going right back home. After that, they said that Trump going to come out and say, I've told them not to go over there and waste any more time going over there and any more gas going over there. And when Iran gets ready to talk, you knew they wasn't coming. That's why you wasn't going back. Those people done told you they are not talking to you until you get rid of that blockade. But right now, they don't even care about the blockade, Tim, because they still going through the blockade, Tim.
I think what makes it obvious that some of the things Trump is saying is not accurate is because he said from day one, they're begging for a ceasefire. Their actions are clear. These people are not eager to have a ceasefire. I mean, you mentioned in the Strait of Hormuz, they're not showing up to fucking meetings. They're not begging for a ceasefire at all. And that's what Trump has been telling us.
Them folks ain't even FaceTiming. They ain't texting. They ain't messaging. They ain't talking to Donald Trump nor Hegseth them. It's getting ridiculous. Marco Rubio said he want to know if Hegseth is really telling Donald Trump the truth about what's going on.
Is that right? Is he really say that?
Yes.
Wow. That's dissension within the ranks.
But when you kick the man at the Situation Room, you know he don't know what's going on, Tim. They playing this man because he old. And they telling him anything to make him believe it's got it going on when, Tim, we're losing.
Well, Joan in the comments says, girl, where you get your sources?
Tim, I've been seeing all her... What she been saying, I don't even want to address Joan, because Joan, bless her heart, Tim. Joan is delusional. Joan is living in her own reality. Joan said that Trump has won. Tim, if he won, why are we still there, Tim?
And that's why
why is he still talking about a deal, Tim?
Yeah, and that's,
if he's won, Tim, why are we still there? Why is he talking about bombing these folks?
Yeah.
If he's won, Tim. I don't even address people like Joanne, well, whoever she may be. Bless her heart. Let her believe whatever she want to believe. You got people that believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. I don't bother them people. That's the category I put Joan in. Joan probably was part of the Mr. Rogers. He had the land of make-believe. You know, he's putting a little sweat on his tennis shoes. That's what Joan live at, in the land of make-believe. Joan went down that hole and went to Alice in Wonderland, Till. She believed in the rabbits in the trees down there in Alice in Wonderland. I can't deal with Joan.
That was a lot of hits on one person. That was fucking funny.
I can't deal with her.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Well, listen, and I'm thinking about the train that used to move behind Mr. Rogers when you see
Yes.
the little caboose.
They ready to go to the land of make believe. Come on, Tim.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, okay. Fucking forgot what I was to say. Yeah, and that's why people believe the Lego videos more, is because he is saying a lot of things that are not culminating in reality. Remember, this was going to be over in 2 to 4 weeks. They're begging for a ceasefire. The strait is open. Boats go through the strait and get bombed and shit. I mean, so yeah, it's pretty obvious. Some of the things he said has been flat out untrue. So yeah,
wait a minute. Some of the stuff. Tim, give me one thing Trump said that's true.
We bombed them.
Tim, let's give me something for real.
We killed their leadership. We killed their original leadership. The Ayatollah is dead. We did do that.
Tim, I'm talking about something that really make a difference. Tim, are we? When did the Strait of Hormuz open, Tim?
Whenever Iran says it's open, it'll be open.
Okay, Tim. Tim, when did we destroy all that stuff?
Well, we have destroyed it.
Let's go all the way back to the obliteration, Tim. If we obliterate, Tim, why are we back over there?
Yeah. I don't have answers for that stuff. And that's why
I know you don't, Tim.
That's why people are believing it. That's why people are believing the Lego videos, is because too much stuff coming out. Yeah, it's hard.
Mallory X was doing more pivoting than an ROTC student in high school. Tim, let me say this about Jimmy Kimmel. See, Jimmy Kimmel ain't funny to him now because he crack about, Donald Trump. He said he used to be funny. Now Jimmy Kimmel's still funny because I watch him every night and he's hilarious, Tim. All Jimmy Kimmel did was pretended to be the host comedian at the show because there wasn't going to be one. So all he did was he just made it seem like everybody was in the room. He had on a tuxedo and he was telling jokes, Tim. That man ain't made it seem like he wanted that man under lock. They got to stop they take everything everybody else say about Trump literal. But when it comes to Donald Trump saying something, it's always a joke.
Yeah, the double standard is crazy. And by the way, in the comments, MAGA actually said you have been doing more pivoting than a high school student in ROTC. Oh my God. She's talking about what you did earlier, MAGA. He asked about it.
He got so mad at Mike. He told Mike to suck one. I said, yeah, he real mad now. Yeah, because you don't know what you be talking about. And he always get up here and walk you like a poodle through the park with a pooper scooper. Don't argue with Mike no more, baby. Because he always embarrass you. Every time. Every time.
Mike comes with more receipts than CVS. I'm telling you, that man comes.
Man, Mike got a receipt longer than Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, you go in Walmart, you come out, your receipt be longer than $4.59. He got receipts. You don't want to argue with him. Let it go, MAGA react. Don't even call his name no more. Please. I'm trying to help you. Don't do it.
So, did you hear what I was talking about earlier with Jim Comey getting charged, indicted with talking about killing the president? What is your take on that?
Tim, 86 means to throw out. That man was just simply saying, get rid of him. Not in a unalive him way, but just let's find a way to just get him out of office. That man is smart enough to know what to write on a public site, Tim. This is not an ordinary citizen, Tim.
He's a lawyer.
This is somebody that actually worked. Come on, Tim. You don't think that man's smart enough to know what and what not to write?
Yeah. I think he's also smart enough to know that case ain't gonna go nowhere either.
It ain't going to the corner. How many times they gonna indict this man?
I wonder, can you sue the Justice Department for frivolous lawsuits? I wonder.
Yes, and he need to, because it's getting out of hand. They just go in there and just Trump tell them, look, find a way to get him. You find a way. The first part didn't work. You get another way. Here they go with something else. Then they go right back. Then that get thrown out. Here they come again. Because he tried to indict Letitia James twice.
Yeah.
Leave these folks alone.
What's really gonna suck is that what's going to end up happening is going to be the next administration after Trump that is going to have to pay all these lawsuits back to immigrants and people that's been mistreated. It's probably going to have to be some kind of class action because you can't pay them all back what they actually deserve. Like Kilmar Brego Garcia, they tried to deport him to Africa and he spent time in CCOT. I mean, I don't know how much that's worth, but that dude gonna get that dude is gonna have a lawsuit on him. And there's a bunch of people out there like that. People who were at Alligator, Alcatraz, and all that shit. I mean, it's gonna be so many people getting paid. I don't know how we're gonna pay them all.
And Tim, there is a law that they made, I think it was after President Hoover, that states you cannot put a living president's name on currency or anything like that. There is an actual law.
I did not know that.
I promise you. Look it up. Click on, go to your computer and put, what is the law?
Hold on a second. Alexa, is there a law? Hold on, hang on. Alexa, is there a law preventing naming currency after a living president?
Yes, there is a law preventing naming currency after a living president. The Thayer Amendment from 1866 restricts the image of any living person on U.S. currency. Additionally, the 2005 Presidential Coin Act requires a 2-year waiting period after a president's death before they can appear on currency.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because you didn't try to find out.
No, I
didn't. That's why it's funny to me that they think they can do this and bypass this law.
Wow, that's a receipt. I wasn't expecting.
I know Joanne didn't think that, but yeah, Tim, there is a law that he cannot do this stuff. I know Joanne probably thought it was Wheel of Fortune. He just spin the wheel and get the coin he wants. She probably finna tell me I was wrong. Till you pull the Alexa up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
You're welcome,
crazy.
Joanne. Joanne, I can teach you a lot of stuff if you just listen. You just gotta listen, baby. There's nothing wrong with supporting Trump, but you can't support and believe everything you hear because some stuff isn't true.
She says
everything wasn't true about Obama.
She says I gave you credit, so Joan gave you credit.
Thank you, sweetie.
So why wouldn't he know that?
They do know it, Tim. Quit playing with me. They don't care.
So he just violated.
What has Congress done that shows us Congress is working for the people?
It's a good point.
What has Donald Trump gone to Congress to get done besides opening back up the government?
I think at this point, Congress is pretty much a non-existent branch of our government.
There is no Congress. There is no Congress at this point.
They just let him be an executive president, an executive order president.
It's called the Trumpgress because he's running it.
Well, are we great again yet then?
Man, we ain't finna be great again. We are the laughing stock while they talking about we respect it. No, or not, Tim. They're laughing at us around the world. They laugh when the president get up and make all those silly speeches and talk about people and name call, tweet all through the night. These other countries don't take us serious. Other world leaders don't act like that, Tim, and they don't respect the president that doesn't. Those people are not respecting him.
And I see in the comments, Evil B. Babu says the last thing that Trump can do is make some toilet tissue because he's a turd that just won't flush down the toilet. Evil, you be horrible on Trump, man.
It's time for him to go, Tim. He's not going to get any better.
He has
it's getting worse.
He has 2.5 years. He's a duly elected president, though.
Tim,
Trump,
you remember I told you that he was peeking through that curtain?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He admitted it. Did you hear him admit it?
No.
He said, yeah, I was speaking because I wanted to see what they were actually doing. And I'm saying to myself, you peeking out a curtain as the president when they trying to secure people, that seems like that's supposed to happen to you, Tim. Secret Service back can't do nothing with Donald
That
Trump.
don't make no sense at all.
They can't do nothing with him, Tim.
Yeah, that don't make no sense at all. You got an issue where there's maybe an assassination attempt, and you're somehow getting away from the Secret Service and doing your own thing. You peeking behind curtains and shit.
I told you that was not real. That man sat there and ate potatoes because he said my food ain't gonna get cold while y'all around here playing. You got the woman stealing wine off the table to take back to her room. It was just too funny of the stuff that was going on. Cash Patel looking both ways, but looking straight. I mean, it's just too much, Tim. It's too much. It's too much.
Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. I can only take so much.
Cash
You
Patel
fucking
wanted
with
to play
my.
all eyes on me. All eyes on y'all. He looking straight ahead, but his eyes there well. Tim, I can't play with Cash Patel.
You fucking with my sinuses. I gotta go, Takesha.
All right, Tim.
Don't you dare take upon that tone with me, young woman. I gotta go.
You want it, Tim. I know you want it, Tim.
But can you handle
feel
it? But can you handle it?
Tim, let me explain something to you. I will break you down like a moving box, Tim. You think you gonna take a picture of grandma and gangster sleep? She gonna be sleep because she gonna be bored. When I get through with you, Tim, you gonna need to be put in the ICU, okay? Intensive care unit, because I'm gonna make you scream. Huh? You gonna lose your voice. You gonna lose your vision. You gonna lose your mind. They gonna put you on the psych floor, Tim. All you gonna be up there saying is Kiki, 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 Kiki.
I'm about to disconnect your ass. Takesha, I love talking to you. Appreciate it. Tap the screen. That was crazy. I don't know what to do with that. Kiki. Anyway, tap the screen. Hit the likes up to 30,000. Some of my guests are crazy. I was full MAGA. Shit is all fake. Staged in Israel first now. Wow. That came from, who said that? Black something. Blackfoot amputee. Wow. You were full MAGA. Shit is all fake, staged in Israel first. Wow. That's disgruntled. That's about as disgruntled as you can be. But she talked real shit, says Johnny Price. Yeah, Takesha's a good guess. He's not handsome liberal to none. Vocabulary. What does that say in the comments here? Miss Lindsey Graham wants the American people to pay for the ballroom. And they're going to get that. They're going to use taxpayer money to get that ballroom. You got plenty of folks now suggesting that assassination attempt justifies the use of that. Some folks do believe that it was staged to get to this point. I don't know if I believe it was staged. I don't know. That's a hard one. But if what Takesha, my last guest, said, where they ushered Trump off stage, and then he's peeking out of the curtains, like, why the fuck are you free? The Secret Service should be pushing you down a hallway somewhere, getting you into another building or into the beast or something like that. Why the hell are you still here peeking from behind the curtains? You know these curtains ain't bulletproof, right? If what Takesha said is true, then yeah, it really sounds staged. I didn't see that. But if they just simply got him off the stage and sat him right there to the side, and he shouldn't be free to do anything. He should be surrounded by agents that are forcefully moving him along. You see what happened with J.D. Vance? They yanked his ass up. Like when Reagan got capped, I read, I think I got Killing Reagan or one of those books over there by O'Reilly. He talked about how they threw him in the back of a limo and they just piled on top of him. You don't have it, and this dude is like 80. Trump is like 80 years old. You can't be, how's he taking out Secret Service agents and shit like that? I mean, like you see on the front of this Retribution book by Jonathan Carl, once again, why aren't they manhandling this dude? How is he able to stick his head up above everybody and put a hand in there? Like, it makes the Secret Service agents look inept. Like they can't do their job. He should be under a polyester pileup. So yeah, that don't look right. It does look like some of that shit is kind of weird because that ain't what you normally see. Wow, wow, wow. Takesha B got you good. Evil says she made you look stupid. Wow, she is that damn good. Takesha's good, but I don't ever look stupid. I don't have a stupid side. Both of my sides are my good side. Anyway, folks, I do appreciate the 126,000. You know how the program is ran. We don't block, ban, or censor. If you favor this type of open dialogue from all sides of the aisle, follow us if you're watching on Instagram, TikTok, or Substack. Happy to be watching us on YouTube. Give your boy a sub. We're here most weekdays. Nevertheless, as always, I got to step away. It's your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. Catch you guys later. See you tomorrow. Thank you.